Welcome everybody to episode 13 of In Times of Peace. Once again, I'm joined
I thought it was
by my
13.
lovely players. No, apparently it's not.
It's
Oh,
13.
shit. All right, go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's 13. By my lovely players. Fly, Gray, Raven, and Smiles. Kozu's not here with us today.
For obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons. For those who watched last week's stream. Other than that, we have a guest player today who'll be joining us. Say hi, Jiro.
Hello.
We have Jiro here, Gray's little brother.
Not to say it like that, but
I said it. No, I
I'm
was
not
thought about it. And I was like,
outed.
"What'd you say,
Straight up
Smiles?"
Outed. It's crazy.
wow. Doxed.
I could have said younger,
Yeah.
but younger doesn't sound as fun. Anyway, other than that, there's no announcements other than man, you guys really liked that short that
Yeah.
I posted last week. Gee,
Yeah, I liked it. I liked
No.
it too.
you guys at home, you guys fucking ate that shit up.
Ray's straight up carried
Compliments to Gray. Yeah, Gray is the lifeblood of this campaign. Without Gray, we are nothing. No pressure.
Oh, that's so fucked up. You put so much pressure on him.
I
That's
love you,
wild. Alright.
No, they're the older sibling. They're used to having that pressure, right?
He's just like,
Anyway.
shut the fuck up.
So, let us go ahead and get into this evening's episode of In Times of Peace. So, last we left off, up on the surface, spending some time settling down from what can only be described as a 10-day or more of adventures. Sort of back to back almost. Finally had about a day or two of downtime, getting to shop, talk with each other, spar. Eventually, you just, with now a child in tow in the party, Kenry, you guys decided to let her stay with the innkeeper in Equum City so that you can go and adventure to the north, wherein the Jarl called you into his throne room to tell you of a possible sighting of masquerade around the Hidden Valley Keep in Tenfold Town. You made your way out after placing some orders with the local stable master, an order for a new, fancier sort of carriage, and hiring Yalder officially as your carriage driver. You then began making your way to Tenfold Town, and on the way, on a stop in the night, you're visited by a cloaked individual who you later realized to be Masquerade. You then followed tracks leading to the keep, and through exploring each of you individually, well, in your little groups, came across and encountered Masquerade, all culminating into one sort of encounter in the basement, where, by chance, by something completely separate, Yalder was almost completely killed by a weird parasite thing, and Ivory absolutely demolished Masquerade and sent him flying.
I'm not sorry.
Which then you discovered to be Jameson Anriok, the steward under King Talder Vamrel of Arvenfell. He told you that you come to learn that he was charmed in a way to do the things he did and follow the ill king who had fallen victim to Tyrant's Fog. And as you made your way into the vault below the keep, Charlotte and Yalder faced an adversary that they weren't expecting. And Charlotte, defeated by Commodibli's Commodiblier,
Ugh.
was captured. With Yalder and your carriage riding back to you in hastened fury of panic. As we now come to you four, in the basement. You both you all sort of, the three of you who went inside of the vault, you come back out. You kind of turn around and you see the whatever charm, security measures, sort of illusion resorts, and it's the long hallway once again, no longer the planar map almost of pedestals. And you see Masquerade, unmasked, laying there, or sitting there tied up against the wall. Standing beside him is Aviel.
Huh. Well, whoever created this vault did not want anybody inside.
Yes, I unfortunately don't have any dispelling spells, so... Well, I'm sure if anybody could crack it. Wait, I have completely lost the plot. We've already been in this vault.
Yeah, out of character. We already. Artman is
you guys
fucking
already have come
destroyed.
Yeah,
Raven
we came out of the
threw me
vault.
off a little bit.
Out of the vault.
Raven threw me
Yeah,
off a little
no.
bit. I'm like sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck?
Speaking of all of the insane magic that we had to
Yeah,
go through,
I was sitting there and I was like, this is deja vu. Wait. When you say it's sort
Yes.
of blue.
You already walked back out with your magic items that you found.
Alright, Charlotte hasn't come back yet.
Sure, she's just helping Yalder with the horse.
Yeah.
Why don't we head outside, check on? Perhaps they could use some.
Gray, you need to fix your mic. You are cutting in and out.
This is a nightmare.
Please.
I need to turn you up actually, Smiles, because you were cutting out a little bit as well.
Can you hear me
Gray
now?
turned up to 200%.
Yes, we hear you fine.
Yeah, you're good. I hate this thing.
Kuzu,
Know
how
what
did you
you
do
saying,
that?
Gray?
Perhaps we should go and check on them. They might need backup.
You can go. I'm going to see if I can find any useful alchemy supplies in this
Alright.
mess of a room.
There
I also
Masquerade sort of
suggest-
types up.
Oh.
You won't really find any alchemy supplies down here as far as I saw. There's some upstairs in the tower above. Though the tiefling seems to have taken what was there.
I meant the room that you smashed to bits.
Oh yes. That makes sense.
Hmm.
I'll just be quiet here. And he sort of taps his plate-mailed feet together.
This poor guy. So fucking confused. He just like woke up from like a fucking
Effectively
Ages.
a long nap.
a long nap.
Do we still trust him?
I don't trust him.
wouldn't.
But I do
Well,
have a
someone must-
question.
Watch him.
I do have a question. Masquerade, your name was what was
Jameson Anriak.
okay, Jameson. What do you
I keep
remember?
misspeaking.
That?
Why did I make their names so similar?
I don't
Anriak.
fucking know.
What did you
What
ask,
did-
Raven?
What do you remember Because you said that you were in some kind of.
Well, it mostly felt like everything was a dream that I had no control over.
Hmm. Do you remember, like, when the dream started, quote unquote?
Probably.
What got you in this situation?
Probably about 10 days ago.
Hmm.
I went to speak with the king, and as he had brought up a business deal with a gnome from here.
Fuck.
And when I questioned him on it, he just smiled and waved his hand, and suddenly, well, here I am.
That sounds so disorienting. I apologize.
It felt as though when you're drunk and you can't remember the way how you got home.
Well, I've never experienced that, so. But I'm sorry you had to go through that. Well, what do we do with him?
I
We
suggest
can't just let him go, like.
no. He'd likely be in danger if we let him go.
That is true.
We should honestly find a place to hide him. I would not suggest it being here since he was sent to investigate this place.
Yes.
Perhaps we can find a place for him in Eglum City. In any case, I'm going to go see if Charlotte and Elder
Did you
are
go
alright.
British?
No, I almost said shoulder.
Oh no, the new ship.
No, shut the fuck up! Don't say that!
So, yeah, my brain just fried.
Is
I'm
Yalder
going to go
married?
and see if Charlotte and
No.
Yalder are alright.
Okay.
Yalder
I'll
is
go
in
with
fact
you.
single.
The chance, Ivory. Sorry.
Hey, relax. I'm coming with.
I'll stay with Artemis.
Okay.
Alright.
Music is so happy.
It is,
Wow.
Matt. It is happy. Let me see if I can change that.
No.
Why'd you say
it!
something?
This is fine. So,
Raven, you're my op.
you two sort of climb the stairs. The thunderstorm's still raging outside. However, you hear like the echoing of your footsteps in the halls as a slight. Yeah, this is too cheery. That works. You sort of. It'll have to do. You sort of feel the slight chill of like, just in general, of this cold keep, for the most part. And you sort of make your way outside into the rain. I do not think at this time you would see the cart. So no, you don't see anybody outside.
It's coming down out here.
You
The
see what
cart's
looks
not
like,
here?
however, you do notice what looks like frantic hoof and cart prints, cart tracks, sort of going off down the road.
Okay,
Be
well, I'm
good.
gonna go investigate. Not
I'd
that
also like to investigate.
What are you trying to look for?
I honestly, I'm just gonna be so for real. Like, I see the cart tracks and I'm immediately like, where the heck are they leading to? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're
Or
gonna
what
track it down?
happened?
Yes.
Okay.
What kind of-
Make a survival check.
Yeah.
That would be tracking.
Oh shit. Okay, survival track. I got an 18.
19.
18 and 19, yeah. You're able to track it. And for about a good 30 minutes, you're tracking this thing. You guys get about here-ish to the mouth of the pass. And you hear the sound of like a distant horse whinnying and the sound of wood slamming against, like wood hitting stone, and occasional "Yah!" of Yalder as he comes barreling towards you in the
I'm
cart.
step out of the way.
Yep, and he whoa, and he tries to get the horse to yield as they kind of skid for a bit, and they like go past you, and Yalder jumps off the cart and runs over to the both of you.
Whoa. What's the hurry?
Charlotte, big metal thing.
Big metal thing?
Whoa, slow down. Charlotte, big metal thing. Explain. Just tell me what happened.
Where are the others?
They're
They're
inside
still in the keep. We
with
Where are the
Masquerade.
others? Sorry, I forgot his accent for a second.
It's okay. I keep forgetting Ivory's accent every time you use a British accent. I'm like, oh
Here,
my god.
get in the cart. We need to go. We need to get them.
all right. Can you explain on the
okay.
way?
Sure. Just get inside.
Okay, we're all getting in the cart, I guess.
He, and he starts. And the horse takes off again.
Aviel's kind of sitting up at the front by him.
There was a large metal man with a snide little man speaking inside of it. A blue sort of fiery thing in the center.
Oh.
Oh.
Aviel kind of turns and looks at Ivory and
It's
goes,
something about Commodibily.
"Oh,
No,
definitely.
not this guy. Oh my god.
What of Charlotte?"
He thought had been told me to run.
She
I want to get you guys so that we can go get her.
How big was
Alright.
this big metal thing you said?
A little bigger than anything we fought so far. Well, you fought so far as I know. Bigger than the imps.
Oh.
Bigger than...
Of course Charlotte would want to fight it on her own. Of course she would, because of course she would.
I think she's
Definitely.
fine, but still at least, you know.
I'll check in. And Aviel's gonna cast Sending.
Okay. You cast Sending. What do you say?
We've met up with Yalder. Are you alright?
Ah, sucks. Seriously, not here.
At about this time... You hear nothing. No response.
That
Almost
can't be
like...
good.
Almost like... calling out to someone while you're home alone. Sort of just hearing your voice echo in the empty hall.
I can't get a hold of her. Something's wrong.
Oh my god.
Let's go get the others.
And a couple of minutes later, you guys make it back. But while that's happening, Artemis and Weaver, what are the two of you doing?
What are we doing, Artemis?
They're just standing around.
mean, I'd imagine first we check the room where everything crashed down, and then we keep exploring the mansion.
So, inside of the room, now that you've got a second to look, there's several, like, tables with surgical supplies, like surgical utensils.
Mhm.
You also find what looks like maybe an old journal sitting on a desk on like one of the
Yoink.
tables.
I'll grab it.
You sort of pull it open, and it seems to be a logbook of someone who used to reside here, possibly doing experiments on creatures from a place called Kaiswutin.
Weaver,
Yes.
do you know a place named Kaiswutin?
Let me think. Roll a history check?
Yes, because there is no geography check.
Let me just real quick. Does a 24 hit?
Hit.
You remember
Oh yeah.
reading of it in one of the books from the college. It's It's a continent to, I want to say, let me pull up Obsidian so I'm not telling you wrong. Wait. Wait, what? Why is my thing not here? No, what happened? What? It would seem that my stuff from Obsidian is gone. That I had
No.
saved. That fucking sucks.
I don't know how to spell masquerade.
Masquerade.
Oh, I spelled it right. I just forgot to put the S, so it said masquerade.
It's like
Macarade.
Gatorade.
It said masquerade. Masquerade
Um,
and cheese.
Okay, I'm just not gonna mess with that for now. It is a continent to the far east of Thindir. There have been attempts to it from the book that you remember. There were attempts to explore the landscape, like explore the continent of Kaiswutin, which you would also know in Draconic means far away. Jesus Christ, I got a phone call and that scared the hell out of me. It means far away home. However, the attempt to sort of survey the land was unsuccessful, as natives sort of drove off whatever observing force there were.
Wait, Lapis, can I check to see if I've been there?
Yes, give me one sec.
I could hear
We
the
got a
phone
phone
call
call.
in the background. Also, while I have a minute. Kozu, stop smushing my emojis! Stop it!
Kozu isn't in here.
Kozu's in my
I see.
Twitch chat, bro. I look over and like my emoji's just like squished into a pancake.
Good.
He's messing with me.
All right, I'm back.
No. Sorry.
Let's
Let me roll a
see.
history check.
Yeah, make a history check.
That's a 25.
Okay, with a 25, you sort of close your mind and think into the vault of your mind. And you do remember sort of far off land of dragonborn and lizard folk worshipped odd gods and large beasts of scales that flew on great wings
Ooh.
and breathed fire and lightning, acid and ice.
Big geese over there.
Geese.
Hmm.
However, that was ages ago.
Well, anything I know comes straight from college textbooks and other things. I'm afraid to say I'm not really an expert on the matter.
Me neither.
Well,
Yes.
I'm sure that there's a couple of rooms in this bastion of sorts that haven't been explored by the rest. Maybe we'll find some decent loot.
Sure, just help me pick up these shelves before we
Alright.
leave.
Yeah, yes.
He'll spend a little bit of time setting the broken vats, still back up.
Did anything broken survive? Not break.
I hope
Um,
nothing survived.
And if it did, it's in a jar.
None of like the glassware like shelves, they, because it's like it's not like shelves, it's like vats, like a glass vat.
Okay.
Like
Oh,
man, I hate this AI generated shit.
So
What?
it's like test tubes. Like think Metroid, right?
Yeah, or
Okay.
like a regeneration chamber.
Yeah. Okay. I get you. I get what you're cooking up. I get what you're cooking up. All right. So all of them are broken, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
a little bit of glasswork and I could fix these.
Yes. You know, now I think of it, I'm quite upset. I genuinely thought that we would have found some type of wizardly items here. Seems this bastion was not very akin to arcane origins.
Little does he
we
know.
haven't explored it all.
Yes, but I mean,
It does seem more of a artificer's lair down here.
yes. Well, lead the way. I'll follow.
So you had your way back upstairs, and it'll be about. See, it was about an hour to and from where they met Yalder. So, where did you want to go next? There's the way that no one went, and then there's the way that Charlotte went, and the way that Abiel and
Abiel
Ivory
and I
went. Thank
Well-
you. I was like, Yalder.
didn't
We'll go the way
Abiel and
that no
Ivory
one
quit
went.
halfway through.
Yes.
Follow him into the room that he went into.
They did not follow him into the room he went into.
Well, I'm still following behind Artemis, so wherever he goes.
I'm going to where they were. I want to see what was there.
So you sort of walk into this large room, sort of large sitting room with a big roaring fireplace in the middle.
Did you guys just leave Masquerade down there? So false?
Yes, they did.
Yes.
He's tied up
Um,
and next to a vault that
um,
stops magic. I think he's
Chairs, recliners, chairs, couches, liquor cabinets, little bookshelves. Quite cozy. Little sitting room. And off to along the wall on your right hand side, it goes forward to the other corner, and there's another door on that other corner.
anything catch my eye besides what you mentioned?
You're just glancing around the room?
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Perception. I'm so perceiving.
You don't notice anything.
All right, onward to the next room.
You head in through that room, and you see what looks like a sort of a four-way intersection of hallways. To your left, it looks like another spiral staircase going up. To your right, it looks like a much larger staircase going up, and then there's there's another door at the end of the hallway straight ahead.
This is huge.
Hmm.
You know, this bastion is a lot bigger than I thought it would be.
I mean, it's a fort, so
True, but I thought it'd be a lot smaller for something the Jarl was just giving away.
Hmm.
Well, free's free.
Mm, true. Plus, I imagine it's much cheaper to keep us close, and much cheaper to have us go run and do errands rather than send an army or scouts.
Where'd you like to go next?
It's a place they haven't visited, I guess.
Well, there's 3 paths.
Oh,
Yeah, there's the room. Let's go through the door before we go to the towers.
Okay. You sort of go forward and you open the door into what looks like a grand chapel, almost a sanctuary. Sort of looks in disrepair, this room specifically. Pews smashed.
I will be right back.
Sort of what looks like skeletal soldiers having fallen in this room. One of them seemed to be dressed in priestly clothing.
I'm gonna check the bodies, see if I can figure out what killed them.
Make a medicine check.
I'm not good at these. 11.
Quite unsure. However, you do notice a couple of possible broken bones. But that could
Did I
have
find
been
anything on them?
loot-wise, not really.
Ah.
Uh,
Alright.
However, you do notice that the priest is sort of clutching something in their arms, almost like a hug, like holding it like they're hugging it.
I will look at that.
So you sort of move the skeleton's arms over, and you see what looks like a another journal.
I'll read it.
I don't know how, but they're making their way through the doors, the barricades, everything. It's almost like they just slipped through the cracks. My children. Fear not death. Fear the one that brings it. For we have no idea what true intentions they may hold when they're done. Why did the scientist have to be working on them? Why did he bring them back from that cursed land? Why? And there's what looks like a scratch mark of ink all across the page.
He fucking
And what looks
dead.
like faded, oxidized blood on the page.
Lapis.
Hmm.
About that about that book from the
Mhm.
like lab area.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible you could send me like a more detailed version of it?
I could have that to you by the end of the week, yeah.
Yep. All right. Anything else catch my eye?
Perception check.
Ooh,
No,
Nope. guess not.
nothing glittering or gleaming.
I guess I'll go back out into the spiral hall.
Okay.
And then go up the spiral staircase to the.
I hath returned. Fill me in.
He found a book detailing.
Bunch of
Go ahead.
bunch of dead guys. You go.
Got
This.
it.
Which one do you go to? The western
The one on
one
the
or
right.
the eastern one?
Eastern.
Okay. So you go to the
Imagine-
eastern one, and that would be the large tower. You sort of walk up, and you notice that there's like little side rooms at certain points. The first side room appearing to be sort of an old bedroom with a large canopy bed. The second one, similar thing, old, underused, dusty bedroom, canopy bed. And same for about 4 more rooms up the tower. All these old, disheveled, or possibly spider infested bedrooms until you get to the very top of the tower. And it seems to be like a sort of almost like an observatory that has a telescope aiming for the stars.
Ah, beautiful.
Is it currently night out?
No, it is I think midday.
I'll look through
Midday
it.
in the middle of a thunderstorm.
I'll look through it.
You sort of look through it and it's actually quite a it's like one of like the backyard like beginner astronomy like telescopes. You sort of look into it, and right now it is aimed around the mountain, like along like the peaks of the mountains. You can kind of move it around, and while you can't see over the mountains themselves, you should look around at the majesty of the mountains themselves. And you sort of focus in more as you turn up, and you can see, the little charges, the little sparks in the clouds of the lightning as it forms and then crashes down. And Weaver, as you're kind of looking around, you see like all sorts of like little astronomy knickknacks, and you even see an hourglass or two, different like measurement tools.
Is there anything of interest?
Make a perception check.
Alrighty. Oh, 13.
You sort of glance around the room, and well, you don't see anything hidden or anything. You do notice something with like a tarp, like a little dark tarp covering it.
Alright. Weaver's going to peek underneath.
You peek underneath, and it's what looks like a like someone's armillary sphere.
Does it seem magical?
Make an Arcana check.
I'm good at these.
Mm,
I'm gonna re-roll that. I'm good at these. Yeah, 23.
Does not seem magical.
I wasted that. Well, I don't know what this was for, but I assume it was just track the stars and time and whatnot. Could have been a hobby, could have been some type of research. Unless they had some notes lying around.
hmm.
There is a what looks like a cupboard with a couple of utensils on like the shelves right above what looks like cabinets.
I'm going to rummage around through them.
Okay. So like the objects on the shelves are like nothing more than like stopwatches and like star maps, like images of the constellations. Make an investigation check.
Alrighty. 19?
You're sort of searching through and rummaging through like the cabinet, and you sort of find like what looks like a small hidden button on the inside of the cabinet.
Hey, Art Menace.
Yes.
There's a small button over here. Now, I'm not one to press buttons randomly, but do you think you could give me a hand to see if this is trapped or whatnot?
Sure.
Okay, so make that investigation check with advantage.
Yippee! 22.
It is not trapped.
Well, here goes nothing. And he's gonna reach over and push in the button.
You push in the button, and in the center of the room, it's sort of like a like the room is circular, and as you get closer to the center, the floor kind of like has like slight, almost like quarter steps down, to where like you could easily roll something up or down, but it isn't like a full slope.
Mm-hmm.
And at the very bottom, it sort of opens up the stonework here, and up rises what looks like almost like a black sort of like pearlescent orb, and all of the windows sort of slide, like the shutters, like metal shutters sort of drop, closing, shutting in the windows, and suddenly the room is filled with this purple and white light as you see what looks like little floating orbs fill the space with the symbols of the planes sort of floating around. Constellations lining the walls as they slowly turn and shift.
I think this was much more than a hobby.
Most definitely.
Were they keeping track of the planes, or were they trying to achieve transportation to the planes?
You do notice that while most of the planes are this sort of white, some of them are red, and the only one that isn't red or white appears to be the prime material, which is green. And it sits at the very center of all of them.
I'm sure the colors mean something. If only there were some notes nearby.
With your 19, you did manage to find what looks like a scroll book, like a scroll case. And inside the scroll case, you sort of open it up and you roll out the scrolls. And it seems to be sort of like someone's journey to figuring out interplanar travel.
Oh. Well, at least I was somewhat right. Whoever this is trying to achieve travel to these other planes. What?
And you do find something in faded ink. It sort of says, it has something about the fabric between the planes.
Well, I'm sure we can come back to this in a bit. My knowledge of plane shifting and whatnot is unbearably low.
Same here. But let me see something. Lapis, can I compare the armillary spear to what's on the ceiling?
Yeah, you sort of pull out the armillary sphere, and you see that it seems like they are aligned. However, one thing catches your eye.
What?
You see what almost looks like a thin purple strand of string sort of netted between all of the little orbs representing the planes on the armillary sphere itself. And it appears on the ones that are marked with red have a string cut. Strings represent the exact ones represented. I can tell you right now.
Lapis, I know for a fact you watched Treasure Planet before writing this scene.
I've never seen Treasure Planet.
Ain't no way.
Me neither,
Um,
unfortunately.
What? That's wild. I'm upset.
The
You guys
ones
need to
that are
watch
cut,
movie.
the ones that are cut are Carceri, Elysium, Easgard, and Arcadia.
Any that I would recognize?
You recognize you recognize Mount Celestia. It is known that Mount Celestia represents at least the pinnacle of goodness in the universe's greater cosmology. And something else that captures your eye, Isgard, Elysia, yeah. Okay, yeah, I said Isgard, Mount Celestia, and Arcadia, right?
Yes.
Okay. Isgard, Arcadia, and Mount Celestia are all in the upper planes, which are typically regarded to be good aligned, while the only one in the lower is in Carceri, which is sandwiched right between Hades and the Abyss.
I'm scratching at something, but I think we'll need to come back later.
Yes. Does Weaver know most of these planes?
You would have seen them in your higher studies, yes.
Again, I recognize the names, but unfortunately, the planes never really intrigued me. My expertise was on ruins in this plane. Though, that being said, I feel like enough time has been spent here. I feel like we should probably meet up with the others. Or, if not, explore some of the other rooms.
I say we finish that other tower, then we go meet up with the others.
Fair enough. Either way.
As you start making your way down the stairs, the light show stops and the windows all open once more. The sort of glowing sphere goes away. The room returns to normal. As you eventually make your way back down and up the other staircase. And in this third tower seems to be a garden of sorts. Hanging mosses and vines, beautiful greenery and plants. The occasional fungus. Perfect view of the outside. Sort of open plan, no windows. And as you're looking around in this towered greenhouse, you both notice out of one of the windows you see what looks like Yelder's carriage quickly moving towards the gates.
The speed at which the carriage is moving is quite concerning. Yeah.
Alright. We'll come back another time.
The wizard... Oof, the tower will be here when we come back.
The wizard will be here.
Watch when it not be there when you get back.
The
Stairs never
entire
existed.
wizard tower is gone. I almost cracked and said the wizard tower, and I'm like, he doesn't know that.
You make your way back down as the other three are running in. And Yalder's kind of doubled over, trying to catch his breath.
Calm down, calm down.
What's
We
going on?
have a problem.
Don't speak up.
Yalder described he and Charlotte ran into a giant metal man voiced by Commodibile,
Huh.
and there was a little wisp in its core. Charlotte stayed behind, and Yalder retreated. I cannot get a hold of Charlotte.
Do you know what direction they went?
There's only one way out of this canyon as far as we know.
Alright.
Alright, so I'm gonna go grab Masquerade. Everyone into the carts. We need to get out of here as soon as possible.
Yes.
I agree.
Udal, Charlie.
Aviel
You got this.
said your name.
I can't say his name right. I called
Yalder.
him
Udal?
Udal. I called him Udal.
That's a Pokemon, bro. That ain't no dude that runs a carriage.
I gotta nickname him.
Anyway, Aviel addressed you, Weaver.
Oh, yes.
What?
I thought you said Weaver.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I said I agree.
Oh,
Oh.
I thought you said Weaver.
Osu is trying to get your attention now.
Yardle.
No, I saw.
Oh,
Yardle.
I
Y'all.
I can't. I can't. I gotta nickname him. Somebody throw out a nickname.
Der.
Baldergram.
Pardon. What is your last name?
Farron.
Would you mind if I addressed you by Farron?
Sure.
Alrighty. Farron, I need you to take me.
Weaver, I must tell you all as well. Charlotte mentioned some sort of sigil on the top of the cart as well.
I'll inspect it later. Right now, our main priority is to make as much space as possible, getting towards whatever you saw.
Right.
Hopefully not Comet Diddley.
You said that she stayed behind to fight it.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Well,
Okay.
He was gonna blast me, ma'am.
hopefully, this is
Wait,
just a
wait.
hope, she's either knocked out or taken. I hope that we do
succeed?
not see. Well, Abiel cannot get a hold of her, which
Yeah,
tells
no,
me
you're right.
that she is either unconscious or dead.
He sort of looks down and shivers a bit.
Let's hope for the former.
I should have stayed and fight. Why did I listen?
Yeah, y'all there, you wouldn't have been able to do anything.
Your
it's
bravery
fine.
is much appreciated, but if you stayed and fight, we'd have 2 bodies to worry about.
Mhm. And
We also likely wouldn't have found out about it this soon.
and we wouldn't have a carriage or a horse to get there. So you did the right thing. Come on,
Let's
guys.
get
Let's get
moving.
in the cart. Let's get in the fucking car.
You go downstairs, Artemis, and you just see Masquerade like head tilted back, like trying to take a nap. And he hears you like quickly moving towards him. He just, oh hello.
I pick him up. Come on, we're leaving.
Okay, right. This is fine.
Bang his head on like the staircase as we go up. Oh, sorry.
Hey, what is he the steward of?
Arvenfell.
The kingdom of Arvenfell, to the southwest of
Arvenfell.
Mayrim.
I was just writing it down on my notes.
Artemis just picked him up like a sack of potatoes. Left.
By
Throw
the
him in
way,
the back of the cart and hop in.
I was picturing like an over-the-shoulder like carry.
Yeah, he's got like a
Yeah.
fireman carry going on.
he's like, I was in game before this, and now I'm all kick.
It's crazy.
It's like a Hulk. No, it's like a Hulk and Wolverine carry. He's just like in his palm.
But yeah. Were you gonna say Smiles?
Hmm?
What were you gonna
Excuse
say?
me?
Were you gonna say something?
No.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say something. You all make your way into the cart, and once again you race off, running, praying you don't find a body. But 30 minutes later, you get to the sort of more enclosed pass into the keep or into the Hidden Valley. And while you don't see any body, you do see what looks like. Let me double check that I'm saying the right thing here. You do see what appears to be a lute laying in the mud.
Wait. Okay.
Next to
inspect the
what
lute?
looks like a bunch of sunken in like
Oh my
giant footprints and like what looks like the ground has been impacted repeated times on the road, almost making
Okay.
a pothole.
God. Is there blood? I'm assuming there's
Yes.
blood. Oh my fucking god.
Oh, there's
Oh.
blood.
There's. Be thankful there's no body.
I'm just gonna grab the loot. This is Charlotte's loot, right?
I imagine there's
Yeah.
a trail of blood.
There's a trail of footprints.
There's a trail of heavy indented footprints in the
Yes.
in the mud.
It
Raining, so it would be.
Is
would
her
have
loot
a
like
path.
okay? Is it destroyed?
Hmm.
Is her loot destroyed?
No.
Okay, well, I'm gonna grab her loot and then let's just follow the footprints because that's probably what's.
You begin making your way through the pass, and as you get further and further along the road, the footsteps start to fade as the road widens back out. And it's no longer mud, it's gravel and cobblestones making the road. It seems that you've lost the path. Or at least you've lost track of where the footsteps go.
Can we get out and maybe like try to inspect to see if there's any evidence of where it could have gone?
Yeah, Yukon will help out of the cart. And as you do,
Can I levitate 30 feet up into the... Actually, 50... Yeah, no, 60 feet up in the air, trying to see if I can catch a glimpse of it.
yes, and while you do, Weaver, make me a perception check.
On it, boss. 18? Does that fail?
While you do not see tracks, you do see something else. Coming from the south road.
Alrighty.
Just a person. Sort of slowly walking towards you all.
Weaver's gonna drop down and kind of point in the direction of the person. Stand on guard. Someone's approaching. They could be just a traveler, or, well, knowing our luck, someone worse.
Okay.
Can we ascertain where, or like any indication of like tracks or a trail in
You
the
can
road?
make survival checks. This will be a disadvantage because it's on the actual road.
Okay. I don't know what I got. I got a 17.
Oh, man, damn. That's really good, actually.
You didn't roll disadvantage.
Pretty sure I did.
No,
No,
you rolled a
you-
flat roll.
Oh. Well, let me roll again then. Okay. 13.
Guidance.
Guidance.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, really good. No, I can only do guidance on one person.
I wait.
Okay, 17. Again.
Come
You
back.
can
Or-
you can make out some blood spots, but not any footprints.
Where do they lead? Do they just like...
Sort of down the road.
Okay. Where's this person at? Are they still walking down the road?
In the direction you're now looking as you follow the blood splatter.
How far away are they? Could they hear me if I hollered at them?
I'd say so.
Lapis, I have a quick question.
Hmm.
Familiars, right? They gain the... Usually things that... what they are made out of. If I made a familiar that's a dog, would it be able to sniff the trail?
Yes.
Alright. Just
But,
wondering.
yeah, Raven.
It'll take an hour,
They-
though.
It seems this person would be able to hear you, possibly.
Okay.
They're about 100
Are-
feet out.
Okay, Ivory's gonna holler at them and wave them down. Hey, you! I don't know. I don't fucking know. Oh my god.
Hey, you weirdo that's walking the
Hey,
street all alone!
You! Hey, you!
Hey, listen!
You!
Hero. Would you like
Yes,
to
I-
describe the person they see walking towards them?
Oh, I forgot this was happening.
Really?
Yeah. So they see a drow approaching with white hair. Their hair is tied into like a high braided ponytail. They're wearing kind of green eyes and studded leather armor that has patches of, or a mix of red and black in their outfit, likely for the sake of like if they get dirty or if they get bloody.
I like
They
that.
are decently they're like decently tall for a drow woman, 5'7", but they are
Ooh! Okay. I'm taller. No, I'm just kidding.
okay.
I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding, but I'm kidding. Okay, Ivory's hollering at this drow woman fucking. Hey! I'm just gonna tap Yalder and just like, I'm having a stroke, guys. I think I'm running a fever.
You're okay. You're okay.
Yes, Mom.
uh, approach the person that's.
I
Move
do
the
know common
carriage
sign
closer.
language. I do know common sign language, so I start kind of like doing a couple hand signals towards kind of like who I can kind of see in the distance to be like the person leading the carriage. Just like,
Does
Um,
Yalder knows?
and I'm
Abiel
gonna try and
knows.
sign.
Yeah,
I'm
Abiel
just-
knows.
I'm basically gonna.
And Weaver.
I'm gonna sign friend or foe.
Abiel signs back friend.
Weaver signs back
And then
depends.
Depends.
and then they sign back fair, and then they are gonna approach. And you said, here's a question. I do know Yalder.
Yeah, you know
Or I would know
Yalder.
it. So, all right. After recognizing him, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, it's you. How have you been? Has he got a company?
Employers, more like.
Employee? Oh, okay. Where are you headed?
Uh,
Is
God,
there a reason why that one's screaming at me?
sorry. I was just. This might sound strange, but you didn't happen to see a large metal humanoid thing pass through here?
For simpler
So I didn't-
sake, think of a large iron golem.
No. I definitely did. I saw something large and metallic. I wasn't sure what it was. I assumed a golem, but they also had a strange pall over their shoulder. It looked like a tiefling woman.
Oh,
Do you know what direction they were headed in?
Lapis, would I know this?
Yes.
Or could I give a
South.
general direction?
From where
Yes,
you are.
they are headed. They are headed approximately south of where we are now.
hmm.
I wonder
Alright.
why south?
Farron. South, if you will.
Right.
We just-
Whoa, is this person a friend of yours? Like, what's going on? It seemed very urgent based on the screams.
Yes, she's a party member of ours. She's been kidnapped.
Do we know by whom?
Yes.
Vaguely.
Yes. It's
Okay. Actually, forgive me. Where are my manners? Salutations. I am Senka. I
Abiel.
already know about Yolder and Aviel,
Ivory.
Ivory,
Weaver.
Weaver.
You may call me Artemis. But as we are doing introductions, could we do it in the carriage while we were driving after our kidnapped friend?
Of course. And
Okay.
actually, here's a question: am I able to make my perception or my tracking check, survival check?
Yes, you may make a
See if I
survival
can
check
help them out.
for tracking. Yes.
Disadvantage or normal?
For you, would be normal because it's literally your fucking job.
That's fair. Okay. That is a 22.
Okay.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
+9 to survival.
Yeah.
You're able to, while you see the blood splatter, you kind of clock that it's too faint to properly follow, but you do see the slightest of impressions in the dirt, or in like the gravel and the way it shifted.
Something I am going to do is I'm going to kneel down and I'm going to kind of examine it really quick. And question: does anyone have any clay on them, or
Play.
can get some wet mud? If I can make a replica of this imprint, then we could use this as a reference for travel and tracking.
That's
Is there any Could I?
Actually, if you guys
Just
have
use-
water, that could also work.
Yes, I can create water.
Okay. I'm gonna basically kind of section off the area really quick to
Okay.
show them where it is.
Abiel's gonna go to a separate kind of part of the road and cast create water on a patch of dirt.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Ice Knife and kind of freeze over the area, including where the indent is.
Okay.
And then once that's done, I'm gonna break off that ice indent and put it on the wet mud, press it into that, and try and flip it back over with the mud imprint on it.
Okay. You went a lot more in depth than I thought you were going to. So I'll say sure.
He just goes, sure.
You're pulling all this from Josh Gates, aren't you?
You know me too well. Well, that and
We
what
watched
was
the
it?
same shows.
Yeah, that and Fossil Hunters.
Crazy.
Yeah.
How they like would cast like the different fossils they find.
Yeah, they cast footprints and fossils and stuff. Anyway.
But yeah,
Nerds talk about
you now have what
dinosaurs.
looks like a cast of this large metal person's footprint.
well,
You're awfully good
Alright.
at this.
let's
kind of a
make
joke.
haste. This will definitely make it easier to track at the very least.
Alright.
Are
I
we
am gonna
moving
have
on?
like I am gonna have it kind of like out in the sun so it can dry on the ice before the ice fully melts.
Okay.
As well as it's gonna be towards the sun so that the water will just drop down.
And by now, this sort of thunderstorm is starting to dwindle and die as bits of sunlight starts to peer through the clouds.
Senka, was it? Was that your name?
Senka, yes.
Senka. You seem awfully God, what's the word? Ah! You seem like a
Wise?
you seem like a well-seasoned person in tracking. Would you
Thank you,
help
Miss-
us? We could pay you.
Sure, I just finished one of my tasks, so I wouldn't mind taking on this one.
Thank you. We
Do we know of
appreciate it.
any Alright, do we know of any immediate dangers I should be aware of? Other than the obvious?
Well, I'm unsure, but what Yaldo described seemed to be awfully dangerous, and considering that it had Charlotte of all people thrown over its shoulder, I'm assuming it's pretty dangerous.
So her name was Charlotte.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And just to be sure that we're speaking about the same tiefling, this one had purplish skin?
Yes.
Okay.
If it was comma diddly, like your Farron described,
God.
You
Don't-
called him Comma Diddly.
diddly. Okay, listen, let me just ignore it, okay? Anyway, like
Okay,
I was
fine.
saying, I imagine if he attacked Charlotte, there was probably some reason. Whenever I spoke with him, he seemed sly, bit of a schemer, but he didn't seem like a murderer or a kidnapper.
We came
I
across
have
him when
a theory why he may have taken her.
we also came across him in the Underdark. And
Yes,
he
and
had,
Charlotte. Sorry.
he had the wisp on him.
Charlotte also
would I know about
mentioned
this?
being a magnet for the wisps, which he seemed intrigued by.
Yes,
Would I know
but
about the wisps?
In the carriage moving while this is happening.
Make me a
Yes,
history check.
I
Sansa.
still, despite that,
Senka? Okay,
Abiel.
history.
I
Where's my history?
still think
+2.
that
That's a
Um,
10.
No.
I
No, I
still
wouldn't know
think
about the
that
wisps. Okay.
they wouldn't attack for no reason. A businessman, yes. A liar, most definitely. But they did not seem too aggressive.
Yolder, you said he blasted you?
What? He told us to go away
Yes,
and not
Okay.
interfere with what he was doing as he was leaving. And Charlotte intervened and got in his way.
hmm.
What was he
Mhm.
doing? And
It wasn't wise.
what is a wisp and what exactly was he doing? What are these?
Some sort of spectral thing from the Snowdrift Hold.
Yes.
That's
Very.
different.
I don't know the details of why the Metal Man had one.
Well, it's because I sold one to him.
Mm. Anyways.
Hmm.
Well,
And
despite all this, we still need to get Charlotte back. I don't take kindly to people attacking my acquaintances. Though, maybe in the future we can avoid sticking our noses in others' business, especially when we're asked to go away.
I'm worried about this invention of his.
We were just gonna cut Farron a glance.
I had a character question. We're in the cart, right?
Yes.
Yeah, y'all are in the cart moving south.
Yeah, okay.
What about Masquerade?
He's
He's
in
also-
Masquerade's just sitting in there, just like I presume he's wrapped up in rope and his arms are behind his back.
I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
so I am gonna kind of glance over and just like, and I don't think I got your. Actually, do I want to know
sorry.
this story? Do I want to know this story? Or what's
Sir
going on
Jameson Anriok, at your service. And he tries his best to bow.
It's a long
Sir
story.
Enriar.
Don't mind him.
Steward
He's
of the kingdom of Arvenfell.
Don't worry, he's harmless.
Steward of Avonfell.
Kingdom
You
of
know-
Arven, sorry.
For a steward and someone who is not in a particularly safe place in their life, you would think that silence and keeping most things to yourself would be key. But you seem to be blabbing your title with every new person you meet.
We've got
there
a good
reason-
point.
Is there a reason he's
Despite-
tied up?
They attacked us.
I was
Oh.
gonna say just to be safe, but we were between two, so.
Well, not.
It's a long story. It's a long story. Like,
It's a very long
I won't
story,
try.
and currently
I won't.
they
try.
are in a lot of danger, and shouldn't be blabbing about their title so much, seeing as they're trying to keep a low profile.
we should honestly give you like a fake name, so you don't have to just not tell people your name.
Easy
could have,
thing to
like,
do
a-
is name someone off of a plant for a nickname.
True. You can
Sure,
have an
it's common.
alias. We can get you a disguise.
It's common enough.
I quite like Belle.
Bell.
Sure.
All
Hey,
right.
Bell.
All right.
He's sort of like looking
Isn't
off
that
to
the name of
side.
my familiar? No, he doesn't get that.
No, he can have it. Let him have it.
But no, that's the name of my familiar.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
How about we call you Fern?
Why not Bell?
Yeah,
He said he likes
the name Bill.
Because Belle's the name of my familiar. Don't you think that might get a
the little
Little
creature
confused.
sort of just like appears from like Weaver's bag, just like poking its little head out. This little bag creature
Oh.
with button eyes and a
And
zipper
cut.
mouth.
Why not
Zenka
both?
stares at this thing
Belfern?
for a moment longer than she should. She's just like, whoa. That's
Bellamy.
Looks like
Bell
something from
1,
Little Big
Bell
Planet.
2. There
It
you
does
go.
look like something.
Yes, that's fine.
Lapis. When this thing is not like walking around, it's actually like koala hugging the side of Weaver underneath his cloak.
Oh, it is? Okay. I was not sure. You see it like disappear from his bag and like go into the cloak.
I'm just like, wow. Now I've seen everything.
Oh,
Just you wait.
There's more? Yes, I will.
Wait. I've just recalled. You said something about Commodipoli? What's the name?
Yes, Commodibly. That's what Yalder's. That's who Yalder said this
The
was.
God's forsaken deep gnome. I swear to God,
And-
it's been causing so much
That's
trouble.
right.
A deep gnome.
That's
Interesting.
right. He was the one
They
that,
require dark.
What?
he was the one the king was talking to about.
Is that why we're heading south towards Arvenva?
It's so perhaps. Actually, is this a lot of political secrecy that I should or should not know about?
for your safety, I would imagine you would not want to ask too many questions. You might get caught up in something you don't want to know. I wish I did.
That's why I'm asking if I
did.
should or should not ask the questions.
You should not.
If
I
you
would
want.
recommend
very well.
against it, truthful.
If you did ask the questions, we would just tell you.
Oh.
Noted.
But I advise
Amen.
against it. I don't speak for Weaver.
I remember the king talking to this Commodipoli fellow during a war meeting. Commissioned an army.
An army.
An army made out of big metal giants, I assume.
He did
Army of
mention he
metal
was
men.
making machines for war.
He thought about making machines for war.
He was paid a great sum of money to create an army for the king.
Oh my God, Weaver, and we gave him the wisp.
We gave him one out of many wisps.
Bill.
Do not let it
Yes.
hang heavy on your conscience.
These
We're going to
wars
get
starting
them
to end in
regardless.
flame. These wars starting to end in flame. I'll write that down.
But
May I ask of you all something?
Sure.
Depends. Sure, go ahead.
Once we get that gnome out of that suit, I want my round with him.
very well.
Go ahead.
Just
That
leave
won't
me
stop
out
you.
of it.
Do your worst.
I will.
Here's a question. Does this individual know this party well?
We've encountered them
You
many
could say
times.
that.
I've done business with them.
Oh, unfortunately, yes.
Perhaps whenever we do locate them, you shouldn't be the ones to confront them directly. I have not met this individual before, and you claim that they were an artificer?
Of sorts.
This means that they likely have gadgets, tinkers, maybe potions for stock. I could go in, ask some questions, act as a customer, and see how far I get in terms of information.
I believe
If I
their
can confirm,
their shop is stationed up in Snowdrift.
Yes,
Sure.
it's in Shatterpine.
I imagine.
At least the one we know of.
There
I
could be
imagine.
multiple.
I believe he has one that he mends himself in Araveum. No,
So
you-
are you-
no. It's just outside of town, by the main gate.
Are you sure you want to put yourself in that kind of danger for strangers you just met? Not that I'm against
I mean,
it, by all means, but
I mean, I'm up for the good of it. Besides, you guys seem like good people. Plus, a friend of Yodel is a friend of mine. Or Yolder is a friend of mine.
Y'all
I don't. Dang it! How do I keep
saying
Y'all-
everything
it's
but this guy's name.
It's like Baldur's Gate, but Yalder's Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
okay.
while y'all
Yalder.
talk, I'll be right
A
back.
friend of, yeah, a friend of Yalder can be a friend of mine, so I am willing to go through this. Besides, an unfamiliar face could be a new customer to him. As far as he
Well.
knows, I'm a guide looking for supplies.
It certainly would be easier to approach him as somebody else rather than the party that he stole a party member from.
That is true.
He will no doubt be hostile if we run into him.
Quite true, but
I wish we could have
Yeah.
taken that wisp away from him.
Yes. It's unfortunate he got shot.
I imagine our business won't be done whenever we deal with Connolly.
I assume not either.
We
This
know
was
that the
far deeper
king.
than we.
We know that some stuff with the king is quite. Eh.
Yes.
I do have a plan, however. Weaver's
Yes.
going to reach into his bag and pull out the Ring of Temporal Salvation. It just, well, requires me to somehow convince the king to wear this. Wait for it to take effect, and then, well, kind of, just, he kind of gestures, like, slicing his
That's
neck.
certainly more morbid and easier said than done.
Well,
but it's
unfortunately,
the easiest.
I
or,
cannot
I guess
find a cure for tyrants.
that reminds me, actually. I did have something of an idea.
Hmm?
Although, it would be difficult to confirm whether or not it works, and to find a willing patient.
What's
But,
your idea?
well, the spores that disease comes from are destroyed. Well, they were destroyed whenever I used Sacred Flame on them. I assume since it's fiendish in nature, it's susceptible to radiant energy. Holy water is also capable of that sort of damage. What I'm wondering is if holy water as vapor filtered into the lungs of someone who's infected could be used as a treatment. There's a lot of
Ifs.
ifs
So your idea
with
is to
that.
turn holy water into an incense of sorts.
Yes, essentially. The problem would be trying to find, well, I guess trying to... I imagine no one with this disease would be willing to go through that,
We
especially...
also don't know how many people exist with this disease. And
or if there are any
unfortunately-
side effects.
Yes. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll find anyone with the disease.
Did mention that he didn't want anybody to. He didn't want it out and about in this plane.
And in general, inhaling things that aren't air isn't typically good for you long term.
Also, if I might add, Ivory, I would resist the urge to speak about him, as I don't know what speaking about him holds in terms of power.
Do you mean like, just don't talk about him or
Yes,
the mushroom?
that is what I'm getting at, yes.
All right.
Is this a he who should not be named sort of situation?
Well,
Yes.
it could
guess
be,
so.
I'm not sure. It's a hunch.
All right.
Other than that, I think because of the lack of test subjects and, well, trial and error, I think this ring is our best bet. It's safe. We technically will not be in prison for, well, we probably still would be imprisoned for, But,
Yes.
it's still something we should probably consider while we're here.
It's the most
Thank-
straightforward plan. It seems like it would also be,
The one with the larger consequences.
well, just difficult in general.
Yeah.
I mean, it couldn't be too dangerous if we were granted an audience with the king, gave the ring as a gift, waited a little bit, attacked at once. I'm sure that we could easily do it.
He likely has people protecting him,
That is true.
and there's no guarantee we can get a audience with him while he's compromised.
I imagine if he is compromised, he's not in his right head. He's not in his right mind. I doubt he will see reason.
Well, it's not that he won't see reason, it's that he's, well, essentially a tyrant. I mean,
I wouldn't consider tyranny to be reasonable.
well, not exactly, but it's not going to remove all reason from him. It's just,
Just imagine
He's
he
not-
probably wouldn't be. He would not allow us an audience with him.
I suppose we
Yeah.
could just ask our friend back there just how
Yes.
crazy he is
I
whenever Lapis gets back, if he gets back.
I could probably
No
get an
throne
audience
should be-
with him.
I was listening the entire time, by the way.
No throne should be built on endless pain. I'll write that down as well.
It's fair.
Don't write down
But-
everything.
I was listening the
And
entire
then-
time, by the way.
you should
No,
probably
I'm writing-
not write these things down.
No, I'm using this for a song I'm trying to make.
Oh.
If you all
you
need, I
for
can
it?
get an audience with him.
There's been a lot of things going on since
I
the whole
normally
ordeal
don't
with the
pry,
attempted
but
assassination at the dinner.
if you're able to achieve such an audience, wouldn't you be of fairly great standing? Normally I don't pry, but you've piqued my curiosity.
How do you think I was at the dinner party? I could also give him a ring. And he wouldn't be none the wiser.
That is fair.
I
You'd have
guess
to go to
that-
compel him, though.
Well, I guess that'll fix that part of the issue. We'd still have to figure out how to do the second part.
That being.
Kind of off the king for a second. That is the only known cure.
Certainly the only one we have a confirmation of.
Yes. Which is quite annoying.
I don't foresee the aftermath of this going very well.
I don't foresee any of this going well, to be truthful. But I think it would be a bad idea to stand by idly.
Well,
Alright, well, let's
Here's
just
my
focus
thought on
on
it.
finding Charlotte first,
here's my thought
before
on
we
it.
get into this.
This is a king who I imagined was Lapis. Real quick.
Hmm.
Was this king before the tyrant shit a great king?
Yes.
Well, at one point, the king was a fairly great man, so... And with
He's-
most curses
I would say he's
and
not
charms,
too much older than you, so you probably would have known him somewhat going to the court.
And with most curses and charms, whenever it's broke, you are quite aware that you, well, were under a spell. So, once released from the spell, I assume the king would know that we had good intentions.
Well,
In their
There's
eyes, we
also
would
the
not be the
possibility-
villains.
Actually, that brings up another concern.
there's a possibility of potential memory loss if it's for a long duration of time with those kinds of spells.
Well,
Charms or
Regardless,
curses.
My concern at the moment is that Ivory was killed because they didn't want the disease around. The
Died?
king has not been killed because they don't want the disease around, which makes
Unless
me
the
worried that
king
it's
is the
purposeful.
target.
Yes. So if we do manage to cure him of the disease, he might still be at risk of contracting it again. If that's the intention.
well, we just simply explain it to the king. I'm sure with his power and standing, he can work something out.
I suppose.
He was unaware of it at first, which led to him being tricked. But he wouldn't be unaware of it, which, going forward, he'd have a stronger chance of avoiding whatever mistake he did make.
I do apologize for the backtrack. You died? As she looks at
Yes.
Ivory.
Yes, yes, it was not pleasant. I would not suggest it.
Noted.
It also brings up another concern, now that I think about it. Perhaps we tell this king about it, and they just redirect targets to a different king or jarl.
Well, there's no determining the outcome of whatever this is. Quite honestly, no matter how much we sit here debating on it, it won't change much.
That's true.
One can't really
That's-
see the future.
Yes.
To be something.
Let's just focus on finding Charlotte then.
Yes.
Mhm.
We can figure out everything else from there.
Alright.
I believe I heard your name was Abiel.
Yes.
You mentioned the king being what I told you about the king being crazy, sort of tyrannical. I will say, behind closed doors, at least to me and the queen, he doesn't act like evil or unkind or mean. Doesn't lay hand on anyone here, or at least anyone among his court. Though I will say his new court mage doesn't seem to be helping much either.
Court mage.
Yeah, so a few months back, maybe a year, maybe less, a young man was hired from one of the noble families to be the new court mage.
He said he doesn't seem to be helping. What are you implying?
Well, he doesn't seem to see anything wrong with what the king is doing. Not in the fact that he knows entirely what's going on. As far as I know, I'm really the only king's only true confidant. But
Does he have a
he
name?
seems... Yes, his name is Octavius Lockford.
Oh,
You continue.
He doesn't seem like the kind to enjoy... I don't particularly believe he'd be into sort of war. However, he's very much one for justice. And so if he
Justice.
views, say if, last I recall, he mentioned something about the injustice of someone trying to poison the people at the event. And he puts blame on those who were there.
Well,
So he could be seeking justice.
Maybe.
Also,
You know-
he seemed a little angry a little bit afterwards.
let's see.
You know, when I had the disease, I didn't feel evil or, violent, but I did feel like I could do anything. I felt like anything I put my mind to, I could do it. So maybe that's the king's mindset as well.
Wait, also, who put you were cursed for a time. Who
Yeah.
put the curse on you?
You see him sort of like have a blank, like 1,000-yard stare. I can't remember.
I wouldn't imagine you would. Most of
It's
the
not
time, if
ideal.
someone's good enough to curse you, they're good enough to, well, remove the trace of them from the equation.
Well, what's your earliest memory before you were cursed?
The king mentioning he had found something, a sort of hidden passageway in his home. Sort of had an ancient library there.
Hmm.
And he mentioned the old kingdom of Almraveth.
I would rather not think of that kingdom.
If it's an
What's the-
alter memory spell, then it is possible that what they're doing is they're eliminating themselves from your memory and potentially placing in what they said or did onto other individuals that you've seen. For example, maybe the court mage was, in fact, or wasn't the one who suggested the assassination at the dinner party.
No, I wouldn't imagine. Pardon me. Continue.
What would they have to
what
gain
I
from
had.
such a thing, though? I mean, we kind of
If
have
it-
an idea of the overall goal here, but why would... I
This
don't think
makes
the
no
mage...
sense.
Or it doesn't make sense to me why the mage would be the one to do that. Or
Many f-
one to want that. It also
Everybody-
doesn't seem like a priority of his based on...
Everybody has their own wants and goals in life. Sure, he's from a walk of life where he thinks that maybe this is something he needs. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the mage. Maybe it was someone else entirely. All I know is that I want to get Charlotte back immediately. And maybe we can figure this out.
I imagine not
Yeah,
many
fair enough.
mages of sound mind would mess in infernal dealings.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Especially not one from a noble family such as that.
Noble Inferno. No, wait, no, I hit that.
Oh, nobles seem pretty. No offense, Weaver, but they kind of have their goals and they stick to them.
Untaken.
I've been around plenty of nobles to know this, but let's just hope that's not the case. How long have we been traveling for? We've just been
Well, that
chatting.
discussion alone probably would have been about 30 minutes to an hour.
Slay.
So,
Yes, Senko is just looking back and forth between everyone, just slowly taking in the information. She's
Sinka
like,
is
"Okay."
having the most amazing
Okay.
podcast ever.
She's like, wait. She's like, okay, political podcast. Didn't expect that for a tracking quest, but you know what? Here we are. A track and rescue.
by now it would probably be about nighttime, or getting to nighttime.
Also,
Okay.
to clarify,
tired.
I'm a little confused on the court mage, because Masquerade said he was not helpful, but then kind
He's
of
not
just went on it.
necessarily talking down, like talking the king down from his goal.
Oh, okay, that's what you meant. Okay, I was really confused.
Yeah, sorry. I realized halfway through that I was probably misspeaking. No, what he meant was he's not actively being like, "Why are you doing this?" It's like, okay,
He's-
it makes sense to retaliate in some way because they tried to poison you.
Yeah, he's enabling a little bit, and
Mhm.
also
Not enabling,
on
but
his
not.
side, I guess.
He's
He finds it
he's just
reasonable.
he's just letting it happen.
Okay.
Hmm.
He has no horse in this race.
He's no
Except-
There's no backbone. He's just acceptance or submission to kind of like what the king decides.
You said your name was Senka, was it?
Yes.
You seem to know a fair bit of magic. Tell me,
Tell you what.
what kind of do you know any magic?
Yes. Most of it's for tracking or hunting, but yes, I do know my fair share of magic.
Where did you learn this magic?
Here and there, mostly in the Underdark, though. That's where I grew up before I came to the surface.
We were there not too long ago.
Yes.
You
Unfortunately.
guys did briefly mention that. Did you? Unfortunately, was something going wrong there? Well, besides the monsters and
dark,
the very
the smell,
limited
the monsters,
the smell is
mind
horrible.
flayers, the beholders.
Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna pause you there. Mind flares?
Yes, unfortunately.
Did you come across any drow?
Mm-mm.
One of the friends we made down there was a stargazer like me named Makir.
She was a bladder.
Stargazer and a bladder.
No,
Interesting.
kobolds are many, but unfortunately, when I had gone back there, I saw kobolds we previously saved, all murdered by mind flayers.
Wait. You never mentioned this when you came back.
He did.
He did?
I definitely.
Well, he did to me, at the very least, when he was explaining where he got Kenry.
Yes, I must have slipped my mind. A lot was going on that day. I was more concerned
Okay.
in the safety of Henry than I was retelling what happened.
That's extremely concerning.
Yes. There,
Okay.
I will say that if you live in the Underdark, plan to go
Lives.
back,
Yes.
be aware there are a lot of them.
I will say I only return to the dark on a couple days of the year just to return to see family. Most of my days I have spent on the surface. I think approximately
I quite
2 years
recommend.
now?
I quite recommend after you're done here to give warning.
see things and what's going on. Yes. I'll see to it. But anyways, besides the point, You were asking about my magic.
Yes.
Yes, I did learn this most of what I got from the Underdark, but I did pick up a few from meeting with druids on the surface.
Mostly just making small talk as we wait.
Eventually, night falls, and a camp must be set.
I'm a cast the dome of do
You're gonna
not
cast-
disturb.
You're gonna
Actually-
cast Liam's tiny hut.
Yes.
Actually, not gonna lie, I was gonna cast rope trick.
Oh, that's only an
What's
hour.
that do?
It is only.
Yes.
Oh, it is only an hour.
It's pretty much
Okay. Oh well.
you throw a rope up, it goes into a little pocket dimension, and you can rest there for an hour.
And it's basically invisible. Yeah,
And it's
invisible.
also like nobody but you or someone you allow in can go. You can also pull
Yeah.
up the rope so nobody can get it. It's a really nice thing for a
Yeah.
short rest.
Yeah.
Hero, it hurts
Yeah.
my soul that you have your character sheet in light mode.
Bro, you know what? Leave
there a way to-
them alone! Y'all pick on me for
Is
that!
there a way to wait? Is there a way to change it?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
to change
yeah.
sheet appearance.
You
There-
click manage next to your character's name, and,
And then
you
hit
can.
change sheet appearance,
Then
and it's
change-
Underdark mode.
Light mode is a sin,
Uh,
okay?
You're a sin!
anything.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm gonna kill
I never knew
myself.
about this. I
Uh,
never knew about this. I never knew about this. This is. It's beautiful.
I like how the like when it's in light mode, it's like
beautiful.
the little thingies aren't see through, and then whenever you change it to the Underdark mode, it is. Oh my god, it hurts my eyes so much more in light mode. I can't.
It's
I feel
magical.
terrible right now.
I never knew about dark mode. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
So
Anyways,
Uh-huh.
you cast this spell, and this beautiful, shimmering, translucent dome sort of appears over you all.
Oh,
A 10-foot
Fancy.
space.
all right.
As you're all kind of huddled within.
all right. Let's see.
Senka is just along for the ride, dog.
Yes.
So much shit's happening.
Who's doing watches?
I'll do a watch.
I can,
I will.
can
I'm
take the
gonna
first
do
watch
a
if needed.
watch
I'll do
with
third.
Weaver.
I could. I could
Third
take the
watch?
first watch.
First?
I'll do second then.
I'll do third watch.
I'm.
We're doing that.
I mean,
I
I only
just-
need 4 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
do
mean,
the
I
third
only
watch
need
with
4
Weaver.
hours of sleep. I mean, I only need 4 hours of sleep, so I can do a longer watch if needed.
Well, we have plenty here. Might as well take breaks
If you
in
insist.
between. So, Sintka can take first watch, Artemis can take second, Aviel can take third, and Ivory, if you want, you can take fourth, or take watch with...
But
Yes. Ivory. you
I
spoke.
literally
started
wasn't gonna
speaking.
say.
No, you
No, I was just
did.
making-
You were like, well, and then stopped.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. I only need like 4 hours. So
Well, we can arrange it to where Artemis, would you be okay taking fourth?
Sure.
That way, Sinka and Ivory can take the first and second watch. Does that all sound okay?
Yes.
Over the table, I'm lost.
So it's the
Hi,
it's the elves doing first watch
First
and second watch.
Yes.
And then is it Weaver and Aviel doing third?
Mm-hmm. And then
Yes.
it's Artemis all by his lonely ass self doing fourth.
he likes it that way.
I mean,
Masquerade goes,
How lo-
I can watch both watch.
No.
I mean,
no.
each watch is 2 hours. Each watch is 2 hours, right? Wait, hold on. Each watch is
Okay,
2
fuck
hours,
me, I
right?
guess.
Is it 2 hours?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So one watch is 2 hours, another watch is 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
So if I do the first watch, I can take my rest, and then when I can wake up in time for an additional watch if needed.
Well, we had it worked out to where
That's-
the
Sorry,
two elves would just
um,
watch the first two.
Belle, was it? You wanted us to call you Belle. I
So-
just mean you've been through it. You should just get some rest. Rest
Oh,
easy knowing
yeah.
that there is a group of people keeping us safe in this weird magical dome.
I will be the one to say it. I don't trust you. I'm not sure that the curse is completely dispelled. Nor can
That too.
Nor can I trust that there isn't something else, or that you are hiding ulterior motives. Don't take it personally.
Yeah, no, we don't trust you, but also take care of yourself. Get some rest.
I'd rather not feel cold steel inside my back.
KYS, keep yourself safe.
Keep yourself safe.
Alright,
Alright.
so 2 elves on first and second, me and Aviel on third, Art Minus
Minus
all
on-
by his lonely ass with Farron on
Shut your
fourth.
fucking
I mean-
ass up.
Again, if he's lonely, Senka can wake back up to that
Fear
he's
it.
not
Vince probably
lonely.
prefers the quiet, to be
Yeah,
honest.
he probably likes being alone anyway, so.
Yeah. Well, no,
Yeah,
you'd be doing 4 hours. You need 4 hours of sleep. The long rest is 8 hours.
Yeah. Half elf. Or not half elf. Drow. 4 hours.
Yeah. It's 8 hours.
So,
So
you
you'd be
two
doing
will be
4
doing
hours.
2 watches.
Oh yeah, you'll do 2 watches. You only need half of the 8 hours to sleep. 4
Yeah.
watches is 8 hours, so you'd be taking 2 watches and then you're sleeping the rest of the time.
Unless
Mhm.
unless after your watch you go to sleep and then I watch by myself.
Let's just
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
what I was saying.
Let's just go with the plan.
The reason
that we
why
have
I'm
in
putting Art
place.
Minus by himself is that if I were to trust any one of us to handle something by themselves, it is Art Minus, hands down. Bro will throw hands with God and come out on top. I'm just saying.
And he'll come back and be like, "It was nothing."
Like nothing
Exactly.
happened. It was uneventful.
My
Everyone
watch
wakes up
was
and-
uneventful. Oh yes, I fought a Tarask.
He
tried to
died.
use Ivory, but I just boxed his sack.
Just-
Ow!
Ah, just twisted
Oh,
his
yeah.
dick.
Punched him right in the
He's
teeth.
just like, oh yeah, I
Ah!
made a deal with the archdevil who
It
starts
was
with
like
a
a
Z.
speed bag.
All right. But yes, that's the watch order. I will be right back.
All right. So
Alright,
Ivory and
All right.
Senka, perception checks,
for the
please.
first. Alright,
I got a 21.
I got a 13. You get it better than me.
It's okay, we're doing it together.
Okay.
Anything
Yeah.
I see, you see too. If I tell you.
It's technically advantage.
Maybe.
As you
It would be
rest,
like one roll on adventure,
Right.
but yeah.
as you sit,
Alright.
gazing through the slightly shimmering dome that you sit beneath.
I do have my little notebook with me, as I'm kind of like writing out the song that I was working on.
What are you writing?
And so heard a couple bars going off about the recent political thing, and I was like, might as well take a crack at it. Not going to be as good as any of them, but wouldn't hurt. Nearly done. Let's see. I can at least say the stars are mine home. That could be.
She's
the
like
end of
she's
that.
like leaning over your shoulder, like in your space, looking at your
Yeah.
journal.
Yeah. You can see a lot of kind of lyrics and kind of scratched out stuff. Like there's a bunch of verses, there's a bridge, there's a couple different choruses that I'm going between.
It's impressive.
It's on the side. Keeps my mind at ease whenever I go for hunts, like hunts or tracking missions. Having something to do other than that.
Yes, like an outlet.
Yeah.
I hit things when I need to do that.
Oh. It's just gonna just move ever so slightly away, just like as long as you don't make me that outlet.
Don't worry, I don't hit. living things for
I
fun.
give people fat lips
Keep people
and bust their skulls open.
Man.
No, I mean I train whenever I need an outlet. Or spar.
Okay.
As long as the other party is consensual, of course.
Alright, that's fair. Do we see anything with our group perception?
Yeah, I know.
The night is calm.
Alright.
As
Magic
first wasp comes to an end, you can go ahead and roll your second perception checks.
Yay. Ah, fuck me. I got a 9.
This is horrible.
Wait,
Wow. I got a
wait,
crit fail.
wait, can I... Is this one of those things where I can use,
I don't think with this.
that sucks, booty cheeks. Okay, go ahead.
I got a
Um,
crit fail.
you are too focused on writing,
And I'm
and
too
Ivory is
focused
too
on...
focused on looking over your shoulder.
She
Um,
is in your personal bubble, unfortunately.
Alright. What'd
She's
you
like-
get for yours? Hold on.
she's like a hair away
I got a
from like
9.
putting her chin on your shoulder.
Oh.
She also just looks like... She's not, but she looks mad.
Why?
She just looks mad.
Is it just
Just
her
her
resting
face.
face?
That's her resting face. She looks intense. And she's
She's
like,
focused. She's focused. She's like,
He's focused on not saying things without thinking.
yeah, she's trying not to...
And
Yeah,
speak
anyway.
impulsively. Eventually your watch comes to an end as you don't notice anything on this one.
Okay.
Next up it's the boys.
Time for some rest.
Right.
I don't think Spoon is back
Did
yet.
I?
Yes. I am back.
Okay.
Don't die!
Oh, I cannot believe I got a crit 1.
Duh.
That,
Oh my god, hold on.
that was foul.
Crit 1.
I need
Raven-
water!
Raven is out here inhaling Hermione's fur.
I'm
That is
supposed
the
to
thing
be the
that
coughing
happens.
one.
Yeah.
Hermione
Raven,
I
will
think
like
Evan's-
run her tail under your nose. I have to assume it's
Yeah.
on purpose.
Yeah, no, she's just
Anyway,
evil.
Aviel and Weaver.
Hey.
Yes.
You both sit up to do your watches. Can you both make me perception rolls?
Yes. I can hear him.
Did I miss anything good?
No, we're
Oh my
speaking of-
God.
Oh my god, a 23!
Aviel, Jesus.
Abiel!
Oh my
my
god!
God.
A 25! I rolled a 25!
Jesus.
Nothing's going unseen.
Weaver's peepers are like wide. He sees all.
Bro, he's got like fucking... He's got his eyes clipped open.
You both are set.
You got Belle on your shoulder, just like looking out in the distance with her hand up like they're searching for something.
You
Oh,
both,
that guy's blind as shit.
you both sit up to start your watches. And both of you sort of with the understanding that this is a very tense moment,
Guys.
very tense time. You both are near the peak of your senses. Alert. And unless there's anything specific you want to do,
Weaver,
Yes.
I had a question.
Alright, let me hear it.
Well, honestly, withholding the truth is something I've come to expect from you. But when we were in the keep, and Ivory mentioned using the mushroom to find a cure, I don't understand why you lied about that of all things.
Well, it is mostly to keep Ivory's mind at ease.
What do you mean?
The next night, as I was trying to take watch, I was confronted by them. And, well, it didn't really go that well. I was backed into a corner and forced to give up the sample.
I see.
As much as I would just outright tell Ivory, Ivory went through a lot, and knowing that that had happened, I feel like they would have blamed themselves. So, I withheld the truth.
It's understandable. Is that why you stayed in the Underdark?
Yes, I was attempting to get another sample back. Unfortunately, it was not there.
Perhaps we'll come across another one.
Yes, perhaps. Unfortunately, our only way to cure this disease is death, and that is not that fortunate. I wish I could have.
Perhaps there are other methods.
It probably
It's
is.
just impossible to tell without anything to test it on.
Yes.
Fucking die.
I was like,
I'm so sorry.
yes. But as unfortunate that is, there's nothing I can really do to change it.
Alright then.
Is there anything else you wanted to ask me?
No, that was it.
Alright,
I didn't understand at the time.
it's fine.
Like-
Most of the time I won't share my reasonings, but it's quite a small reason. I don't mind.
Why is that?
I'm only
Oh.
trying to hide it from one person.
Well, I more so meant, why do you... Never mind.
Why do I keep secrets?
Well, I was more so meaning, why do you keep your reasonings secret? But I guess that's none of my business.
Well, I don't, if I'm going to be quite honest, I don't fully trust any of you.
I could say the same. I do somewhat worry, though, that you find me illogical or superstitious on account of my faith.
Well, as you know, I'm not a man of faith. So, to me, it's just, well, logical that I find it, well, illogical. But I will never doubt your faith, if you're worried about that.
It's not quite what I meant, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Well, I am a man of magic and science, so therefore I follow logic and reason. Everything can be explained by the arcane or by science. That's just how I see the world. Well, I should probably start waking Artemis up.
Alright.
As you both turn to go and wake up Artemis, you notice someone's missing.
It's a masquerade.
Masquerade is gone,
What?
and the ropes lay limp on the ground.
In a 10-foot radius ball with us. What do you mean he's gone?
I felt as though I was keeping a good watch.
Hold up.
Where could he have gone?
Bro!
Let me read Lehman's Tiny Hut real quick. Just real quick. I feel like I would know. Hold up.
I think it might have happened during our watch though, because we got a crit 1 and a 9.
Well, wouldn't we have noticed that he was
He
gone
was still
whenever we
there
woke
whenever
up?
they started their watch.
It means he would have had to, like, leave while we were, like, actively keeping an eye out on things.
The 23 and the 25.
Wouldn't they have seen him either one get up
Yeah,
and leave
hold
or
up.
what to disappear? Wouldn't they have seen that? That was a high perception
Wait.
check.
Hold up. Did we notice this when we went to take our watch? Or
He
it
was still
happened
there.
after? We both rolled like
Same way you started.
25.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, you have to roll higher than that to see this happen again.
Oh,
Can
no.
I go inspect the spot where he was?
Yes, and with your perception checks, you do not see anywhere that he walked away.
Could he have been teleported?
Oh my god. Oh,
Is there,
that's unfortunate.
I guess, anything left over that might indicate? Because, like, obviously, he. Like, didn't. So we can't tell that he walked away, but is there any leftover magic or some shit that might indicate that a spell was used?
Isn't there a detect magic spell?
Yeah. I don't
Beaver
have that
doesn't have
spell.
it though.
I don't have
Ah,
that spell.
goddammit.
Listen!
If this was after, well, I mean, could I have switched my spells around?
No,
I
you
don't think
switch
I've
your
done
spells
enough
around
of
in the
a-
morning.
Oh, Lapis, I was gonna ask, do you remember if I sold Sickening Radiance? I don't think I did.
You did.
You
Did
did.
I? I thought it was
Mhm.
only the 9th level spell that I sold.
Sold the 9th level and Sickening Radiance.
Okay.
And
Damn it.
it does look like there is residue from a spell.
Can I tell what kind of residue it is?
Just stripped that
Magical.
guy.
Okay, so I guess that's a no.
Yes, unfortunately.
What if his
without
armor was?
detect
What if his
magic.
armor was magical?
He seems to have been magicked away.
Tell that much. Well, hopefully, he keeps whatever information he knows
His-
about us.
Hands were tied, right?
Yes.
He couldn't have used
Any somatics? No.
somatic components.
And
It would
seeing as
have
we
to
didn't
be
hear anything, he also
couldn't
couldn't
have
have
been
used
verbal.
verbal. So,
so someone else did this.
You could probably check the ropes to see if it's still tied.
are the ropes still tied?
Yes.
Yes. So, he was magicked away.
It's even though I don't trust him, or didn't trust him, I can't help but feel a little concerned or even sorry for the conditions he might be put in.
If I were to guess, whoever placed the curse on him in the first place is whoever just kidnapped him. I do not pity the man.
I still have his broken mask.
Though, I imagine the curse probably would be replaced back on,
Yes.
seeing as he does hold an important standing in the kingdom. But regardless, there's nothing I can do right now, and I'm quite tired.
Couldn't you cast sending to see if he's okay?
I could do that. I
That
think
is
I'm
true.
I'm gonna try that one. Because I'm about to go to sleep anyway.
Careful.
Okay. What do I
Someone said
say?
careful in such a quiet voice it freaked
Don't
me
do
out.
that. Don't do that.
That scared the fuck out of me.
Who said that?
I think it was Jiro. Yeah.
Euro.
Girl, what did you say?
Careful. And I'm
I
like,
think-
"Don't
Literally,
do
Jiro
that."
went careful, like so quietly, and felt like it was in my room.
Why, Lapis? I just saw the In Times of Peace chat. Don't keep track of all of my mispronounced
I
names.
put that out as a joke. I put that in as a
Comma
joke.
diddly,
I don't know
commonly.
why?
Actually, commonly was actually intentional. That wasn't a mispronunciation.
Oh, really?
I can't speak. Commonly,
Mispronunciation.
yeah.
That's
Commonly
a new
was not.
mispronunciation.
Shut up.
He's still going.
No, I'm kidding. I just
Commonly
did
was
that as a
not
joke.
on accident. I did that because I
Okay.
got tired of trying to say his full name. Yardle, Yolder,
Yeah, that says Yadler, actually.
Yadler.
You
Doodle-
said you said Yaldir finally by
Yeah, by accident.
Adler. The dyslexia kicked in,
Bro. You forgot Udel.
Oh, Udel. Yeah, you're
I
right.
did say Udel.
You know.
Anyway, I'm casting Sending
Alright.
to see if I can reach our guy. What do I say?
Well, he might
This is
still be asleep.
dangerous.
Dude.
Well,
It
no,
was-
because he got taken. I doubt he's still asleep, and I could probably wake him up if he was asleep.
Well, yeah, this is a complete shot in the dark, but I'm about to go to bed anyway, so I may as well use that spell slot to see if I can get a hold of him. Anyway, what does he say? Hello, it's Aviel. Are you alright? And where did you go?
Yeah, that checks out.
I think you still have 14 words.
Yeah, but what am I going to use the other 14 words for?
Okay.
Just yodel. Sorry.
A sing a little song.
Sing a little song.
Anyway. Yeah, that's what I'll send.
You just hear. No, go away.
Sorry.
He's not doing well. He might be dead.
Well, that is quite unfortunate. I don't mean to sound cold, but we don't know anything about it, nor do we really have any responsibility for his care.
I suppose not. But
Though, that being said, a little less cold, if we do catch word of where he might be, it would be morally right to go and attempt to help him out.
I agree. I'm also somewhat worried on.
Our names
s-
and,
Well, they likely already know our names, seeing as we're dealing with Commodivily. But what I am worried about is that they might know our approximate location, or what information that we've already mentioned that we can get, or that they can get out of Masquerade.
well, might as well scrap the plan, every plan that we mentioned in front of Masquerade. Which means, no, we won't attempt to, the king anymore.
Oh, that actually, yeah, that would put quite a damper on that plan, wouldn't it?
Yes, unfortunately. Well,
I did say all that shit in front of Masquerade.
Weaver's gonna walk over to Artminus and start tapping him with his cane. Artminus,
Yes.
rise and shine. Unfortunate news. Masquerade is gone.
Masquerade is. Yes.
Joy.
Yes.
He
I'm sorry.
seems to be in distress whenever Darwin-
The anger and like frustration, joy.
They're so done with this whole trip. It's just like nothing but like loss after loss. Unfortunately, I don't know what could have happened. We do know that they were kidnapped, and we know that they might be dead. Courtesy of the
To be
sending spell.
specific, what I heard was, no, get away, It kind of cut off after that one, so I think he may have been knocked out.
The most monotone panic I've ever
Right.
heard.
He said,
No.
he heard, he goes,
No.
oh, he's not
That's-
doing well.
In my mind, that's like how a sociopath feels trying to explain fear.
I'm sorry, but when he goes,
No,
he's not.
no.
When he was like, oh, he's not doing well. It was so funny.
He's having a
Unfortunate.
terrible time right now, I
Yeah,
imagine.
no. Well, again, like I told Aviel, there's nothing we can do at this moment, and I would suggest keeping an eye and ear out for any information about where they could have gone, but I don't think it should be our main priority.
I sat here and thought about giving Artemis guidance before I go to bed, and then realized there's no way I'm concentrating on guidance if I'm
No.
clonked out.
Ah,
I got a minute.
All right. Well, it's concentration up to a minute.
Nah.
I can mark a long
go
rest,
ahead.
right?
Yeah, as go ahead and make that perception check. And those of you who are prepared casters, i.e. Weaver and Aviel, you can switch around your spells if you'd like.
Actually, speak of that, I'm gonna use my all-purpose tool to give myself guidance.
Okay.
I'm using as an action. I'm focusing the tool to channel my creative forces, and I'm choosing a cantrip from any class list. And choose
Okay.
guidance.
Oh, so you're guidancing yourself. Okay.
That's kind of smart.
All right. Go ahead.
Alright.
Perception?
Yep.
Damn.
This is
That's a nat one.
Can I use heroic inspiration that I don't have?
Well, I was gonna say because you told me that thing the other day
Yeah.
about the difference between you and Commodibly when it comes to creation.
Diddles. Yeah.
I was gonna say you did get a point of inspiration for that.
I'll use it right now. Why not? Actually, no, I won't use it. I'm gonna keep it. It's mine now. Did I just roll 2d4s? No. Okay. I rolled an 8.
You don't seem to see anything.
No.
Sort of the mixture of frustration and worry and anger sort of sitting in your mind.
This is who you trusted to fight God?
Yeah.
That's 2 nat ones for these watches. Holy shit.
You can fight a god. I just can't look out for one.
You can fight it, you just can't see him walking up behind you.
Or in front of you.
But as the morning comes and everyone rises, that's where we're going to take a
Alright.
quick 15-minute break.
Yeah,
man.
take a good attack.
Yay!
Wake up the next morning. The gentlemen of the group, you all sort of having this sort of like a little bit of worry, while the 2 elven women of the group have no idea what has transpired over the night.
I'm waking up and I'm already up and making breakfast.
Yeah.
Do I roll for survival for that, or am I just good with that?
Didn't Ivory make waffles if she wanted to?
Oh yeah, I can make waffles.
You can do 1 check with advantage. I'll say it's survival.
Advantage. Survival.
Can I teach you how to make waffles? You should let me teach you how to make waffles.
What are
Thank you,
actually?
Kozu, I forgot.
I've heard of waffles before. Do you teach me?
Absolutely.
Swells, are you rolling your d4?
Oh no, thank you, Lapis. I forgot.
All right. So I'm gonna teach Cinca how to make waffles. We're gonna make waffles together.
All right,
Here, I
Senka,
think you
roll
should
me
roll.
a survival check with advantage.
Are you freaking kidding me?
It's your first time
Are you
learning
freak-
something.
Are you freaking kidding me?
3 and a
No,
9.
you know what this
everyone at
means? This means that I have rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3 back to back,
home.
all in order. Please let me reroll that. That's actually horrible. What the heck?
You want guidance?
Do you want guidance, Jiro?
You know what? Sure.
You
I'll roll
can
a
have
d4.
guidance.
Thank you. Roll
You sound so defeated. Hey, 16.
16. Okay.
Much better. You're
I'm
able to
so
make-
mad.
You're able to make
Yeah.
some wonderful blueberry waffles.
What's the DC for waffle making?
14.
Okay.
I would have failed.
For first time, it's 14. Then it becomes 11.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I fucking set the waffle maker on fire.
How do you turn the utensil on fire? You don't blaze the food.
Well,
Food was also on fire, if I remember correctly.
I wasn't paying much attention, and I didn't really understand the contraption. It actually, honestly, caught on fire when I wasn't looking. So technically, it wasn't me. It was like the universe that said that I just wasn't. I don't know.
Universe. Understood. Understood.
And as you finish your breakfast, you both notice now that
I'm just
Masquerade is gone.
I'm just like,
Oh,
where
where
is
is our guy at?
we're
He
missing someone.
was magicked away in the middle of the night.
But didn't you magic
know-
a dome around us to keep us safe?
Yes, and unfortunately, it didn't protect him, so, well,
Well, we were.
Do you
I
think
have.
the whatever magically happened could still be present, like residue? Or would it be
Yes,
far gone by now?
I found the residue, but it's
Okay.
simply magic residue. Or
unless
it
you
was at the
have
time.
detect magic.
I do.
Well, you can give it a try, but I'm unsure if the residue would still be here. It was quite a while
Yeah.
ago, many hours.
Hmm. Actually, could I go and just investigate the area to see if I even sense any magic before I use detect magic, or would I
Sure.
straight up have to use detect magic? Okay,
You
would
can
that be like
investigate
a,
to see where like the residue is, if it's still there.
would that be an Arcana check or an investigation?
It was a big investigation.
Okay.
Keep in
You
mind
still have
there might
guidance.
be
Okay.
residual
Oh, I still have guidance.
residue from the huts.
All right. Okay, so 16.
You do manage to find a small trace of some sort of residue.
Okay.
All
I
right.
will use detect magic on this then.
Okay.
Which will allow me to identify the spell. I think. Yes.
It does not seem like it was a spell.
Can I see what it kind of was?
It was some sort of teleportation of some kind, but it was not specifically a spell.
Okay.
We've heard.
Yes.
So this was not done by a spell, but it is teleportation. So
Hmm.
I have two thoughts in mind. It could be similar to Eldrin elves, where their form of magic isn't a spell, it's an ability with their face step. It could also be something similar to that of magic circles, where if you brand a circle with a unique symbol, then they can transport each other from there. If this person was controlled, they may have that kind of branding or seal on them so that they can teleport to this individual at a will. He did mention that he was just sent in to that mansion that you guys were at
Wait.
with the flick of the wrist and
Damn
not
it.
anything major. It may not have been a
Yaldor said
spell,
that
but
there
rather
was. Yaldor said that there was a symbol on top of the carriage.
Yes, that. Well,
We should probably investigate that as well.
it is within a. Yeah, hold on. Yeah,
That
it is
still
within
doesn't
a 30-foot radius.
that still
So do I
doesn't
detect the sigil as well?
Yes.
Or on the carriage? Okay.
Yes.
Am I able to kind of figure out what that is?
It is a form of scrying.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna let them know that immediately. Okay. This is a scrying sigil, meaning whatever is being placed here, they're intentionally keeping a watch on us. So that if there's any chance of them, or this means that there is a very real chance of them knowing our location or being able to visually see us.
That also means they
So-
heard everything that we said yesterday.
That is also true.
Which means,
Unfortunately.
so does anyone here have something to remove magic?
No.
I have a
Dispel
dispel magic. so
Can't we just
Okay.
scrape it
I
off?
have I have
you
the
have
spell.
the spell magic?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then please do that.
That being
I'm
said,
gonna use that.
it still doesn't explain how they would have had to teleport the person away, not teleport to the person. As you recall, Lehman's tiny hut does not let anyone enter, except for whoever the spellcaster allows to enter. So,
Well, if I remember correctly, the scrying spell allows you to actually scry and visually see the individual. There may be visual type spells that can work if it's under a scrying
yes,
condition.
if the cart was inside the hut, but that's not how I cast it.
Did we ever search Masquerade whenever we first caught him? What if he had something on his person that
The only
allowed...
thing you searched him for was his cloak and his mask. Those are the only things you took from him.
Mm,
I still have his mask. If it has
No,
any
you
magical
don't.
properties. I don't? It's gone?
You go to look in your bag and it is gone.
What the fuck? Okay, well, never mind. I don't have his mask anymore. It's gone. It's disappeared.
interesting.
I've used dispel magic on the sigil on the card.
Can you make me check using your
Okay.
spellcasting modifier?
Like a d20?
Mhm.
What's this?
Using spellcasting.
What's the spellcasting modifier?
It would be, what is your bonus to hit with a spell? Or no.
It's
sorry,
right
it
up at
would
the
just
top where it
be
says
what-
spell. It just says modifier.
but-
So
Wait,
for you, it'd be
Sorry,
wisdom.
not.
Okay, so it's wisdom.
You can
And it's a
guidance this if
D20?
you'd like. Yes.
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead and
probably
guide yourself just
guidance
to make
it.
sure you get through this. Are we able to apply the help action or no?
So that's 15. That's a dirty 20 with the wisdom modifier.
A dirty 20, you said?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, easily enough. You you sort of mutter a quick prayer and wipe and sort of drift your hand over the sigil, and as your hand goes over, it's like an eraser, just the sort of carving disappearing in the wood, refilling inside of that indented sigil as the magic lifts.
And just to confirm, it does last for 10 minutes. Do I still detect the sigil? Is it gone?
No, it is gone.
Okay.
I believe that the mask disappeared from my bag.
There was a mask?
Yes, Masquerade's mask. He had a mask that broke in half, and I had it in my bag, and apparently, I assume it disappeared when he did.
Whatever magic was likely used to actually just recall him from wherever he was.
Yes. Like I said, I
Actually,
don't think the
I-
sigil was directly linked to the teleportation.
Didn't
Well,
think
we
it
also need
was.
to keep
I
in
just
mind-
remembered. It just made me remember that was there.
I actually need you all to keep in mind who placed the sigil. You said this Kamadibli individual was the one who placed the sigil.
We don't know that for sure.
That means he is the one.
Hmm.
Okay.
No. Farron said that Charlotte saw the sigil, but I don't think that Commodidley was the one who placed it. Another thing
So
is,
yeah.
like you were saying, the scrying sigil. I don't think it had anything to do with
Interesting.
the masquerade being
think it-
teleported away, as I did not have the cart in Lehman's tiny hut, so it would not have been able to use visual, nor would it have been able to teleport to the location and get in. So whatever happened had to have been something already pre-planned or pre-cast to send them away.
It just
You think
reminded me of
Masquerade
that. I
could
didn't
have
think
been
it
the
was
one who
connected
placed
in
the
any way.
sigil?
Interesting.
What did you say, Abiel?
Do you think Masquerade could have been the one who placed the sigil?
Could have.
Perhaps while he was, I guess, under control. It was already there whenever we went out. We don't really have any way of knowing where he went while we were all in there. He could have
Oh.
easily snuck out and placed a sigil on the cart.
Whatever was used to kidnap our kidnapped was not a spell, so genuinely I don't know what it could have been.
Well, if we see him again and he's under control, I'll just hit him in the face again. We need to go get Charlotte.
Yes,
This is true.
Aaron,
Alright.
if you will.
But we should probably go in knowing that this individual will likely be prepared. There's also the possibility that they heard what I was saying, so I might not be as much as an asset as I initially was.
Yes,
Hate
probably
this.
not.
This place. Alright, let's go.
Ivory, you remember a deal?
I do.
May I borrow them in case we come across them today?
Borrow what?
The gloves.
Oh, yeah. No, sure. You didn't give the ghost to me, I don't think.
Oh, well, I meant to.
Oh,
You gave the gloves to me.
you
I mean,
gave
the
them
belt.
to.
Not the gloves, the belt. My bad.
Oh, you didn't give the belt to me either. We just talked
Yeah.
about this after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant to give. I think I said he might not.
Yeah, he said out of a session that you guys were working that out.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Wee wee.
Wee wee.
Pass him the belt.
Yes. Do your worst. I
will.
can't wait to see it.
So,
Can't wait
we
till he
begin the
humbles
next day
this
of
bitch.
travel. You guys easily keeping track because Jiro made a mold of the footprint. And I was gonna have you guys do a whole fucking like check thing. There's like multiple checks, like a check a day
I'm still-
to keep your
I'm
trail.
still so proud of that. I'm so proud of that.
I'll probably make you do the check, but at advantage.
Good job, Sinka.
Yeah.
All right, so
It's a daily thing.
make a survival check with advantage.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Does
Advantage
Senka have
survival.
guidance?
Yes.
That is a 21 plus the d4 of. Okay, 25.
Hey, with a 25, you are easily able to follow the thing. And it does,
Dude.
as it gets closer to Equum City, and you get to that sort of break in the road where it goes towards the Arvem Pass, the sort of border town between the two provinces, the trail heads to the southwest in the direction of Arvenfell.
Oh, wonderful.
Um,
Can't wait to go to Arvenfell. I'm so excited. All the things are probably so good there.
You said Southwest, and I was like, yeah, nobody.
By the way, who wants to roll weather for today?
Me-
I'll do it.
Okay.
Want me to do it?
Wait, let's
we'll
no,
do
let Jiro do
Gray.
it. Let Jiro do it.
Jiro can roll the second dice. Gray
Okay.
can roll the first one.
What's the
Sibling
It's a
power.
D12, right?
It's a d12, yes.
Where's the D12?
Everyone always gets so excited for rolling weather.
Oh,
It's
I just
awesome.
I just like rolling dice.
Rolling dice is fun.
Okay,
Yes.
an 11.
All right,
Jiro,
if
roll
everything
me a
fails,
d10.
blame Gray.
A D10.
Yes, a d10.
All right.
That'll be the first d10 for weather rolls.
1.
We're cooked. I know what that is.
We're dead. We're dead.
We're dead. It's over.
Oh.
It was just starting to drizzle as I walked out the door.
Wait, what?
Cooked.
What just happened? What did I do?
It's both Gray. You know what? It's the Gray's fault.
It's the
What?
Vairds.
It's the Vairds. They did it.
Sibling power.
Yeah.
With
let's
sibling
go.
power,
I
I
still don't really
summoned
know what's going on.
tornado.
Twin powers
Vairds,
activate. Form of Category 5 hurricane.
Oh no.
Wait, for real?
That's nothing.
No.
Is it possible
I was
you
about to
roll
shake
that?
Gray's hand. I was about to shake
Yes,
Gray's hand.
yes,
for
I
that.
can.
You didn't make me disappointed.
We were just rolling for the category of hurricane. It's a category 1.
Can I like chronal shift that?
Smiles.
Huh?
Roll me a d100.
We're dead.
What?
I don't
Yay! I
How many inches of rain?
got, if this would stop spinning, a 35. It literally was like spinning for a hot minute. It was either gonna be a
floodwaters are.
it was either gonna be a 35 or a 39.
How many enemies we have to fight?
Don't worry, I'll
it's not
solo.
never that bad.
I was gonna make a joke and be like, yeah, it's 39 goblins. No.
35.
This music is so peaceful.
Wait, is Nintendo
You-
music copyrighted?
all video game music is copyrighted.
It's a
Yeah.
Isn't this a cover though?
Yes.
Yeah, we should be fine.
I use only covers. That's why it caught me
except
off
for the
guard.
Baldur. Except for the
No, the
Baldur's
Baldur's
Gate
Gate music,
stuff.
nah. I'd be I trust Larian not to strike us.
That's fair.
Please, Larian, you're my
Unless
only
we made
hope.
a lot of money.
Please, Larian.
We make a gorillion billion dollars.
We make so much money.
We're promoting their game.
Go play Baldur's Gate.
Go
Chuckle
play
sponsor.
Witcher.
No.
All right, hit me.
As the road progresses, lunch comes and goes.
Yum.
What do I get for? You want to go for lunch? Nah. We just saying it.
Roll for lunch. That's crazy.
I still have that
Eventually you
Abergrass
make it-
salmon.
Eventually, you make it to the Arvin Pass, a sort of small fortification right on the border. Small wall. Doesn't go to each end of the pass of the mountains, but little wall nonetheless. You see guards
Shit.
stationed. 2 on each side.
Okay.
And on the Arvenfell side, you notice as you get closer, someone talking to one of the guards. The guard's on your side. They look up at you. Hold. State your purpose in going into Arvenfell.
You got this, Weaver.
Y'all,
Weaver and Ardminus, you guys go.
Yalder goes, because he's the carriage driver. Yalder goes, I'm taking my employers to Arvenfell. Okay, and what is the purpose of taking them? And what's the purpose for taking them to Arvenfell?
Weaver's gonna stick his head out and
I think it's gonna prepare
Kind of,
that little, like
kind of
track
like
mark.
chuckle. We heard that Arvenfell has great magical shops and whatnot. It's purely a pleasure and it's a vacation, if you will.
Senka's gonna tilt her head, just like, huh?
Make a deception check.
You have guidance.
25 D4.
Jesus
26. If that
Holy crap!
peasant of a guard beats
He-
this.
Christ. He nods. He says, "It is quite nice. It's a little bit warmer than it is here in Nehrim, especially if you get a little bit closer down to Yedol or Perlark. It's a lot nicer down there."
Noted.
Fine.
You know of any good restaurants, taverns, inns, whatnot? I've never been myself.
Or the side bin, sir, is Taldiris. First city when you get in. They've got a really nice, I don't even know how you pay. A really nice, cake shop. Where they also do sort of... They do different pastries and such. And they also got, quite a nice, a place that serves really nice veal.
Mm. Well, I'll have to stop by the pastry shop. Pick something up
Right,
nice for the child and wife back home. And he kind of gives a chuckle and sticks his head back in the cart.
Right, sir. And before you go, sir, would you mind if we searched your carriage? Just to make sure there's no illegal substances being traded to and fro.
Do we have anything illegal on us?
Do we have anything?
Do we have anything illegal?
Do we have anything illegal? Sorry, I had to finish it.
Inventory check.
Inventory check, everyone, real quick.
Do we have anything illegal? Do we have anything illegal?
Sorry, guy. Y'all, I'm sorry. I have illegal good berries.
No!
No, just
Lapis, just real
This
quick.
potion of healing
What-
is spiked.
What would be
Drugs.
considered illegal? Because I feel like drugs.
Sure.
We don't have any drugs.
all right.
I don't
Yeah.
think we have any drugs.
No,
I'm not a joke.
Yeah.
Search away.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Politely step out of the carriage just so that we can do for a formal search.
No problem.
Everyone carry-
I do apologize.
Yeah, we're all gonna step
and the other one looks a little bit younger. Sorry. Just standard procedure.
Alright.
It's alright.
Artemis will.
I am. Or
throw his
Senka
head
is
up
gonna
and ask his
mention.
face.
Yeah, Senka is gonna mention to Weaver, just like, shouldn't we ask if they've seen whoever made this track?
No.
I think it's
Weavers-
best we keep that to ourselves for
We're
now.
just gonna lean down. No. It would be best not to mention if they've seen the person that works for the kingdom.
As they go to like search inside the cart, the individual talking to the other border guards, he walks over. Sort of this prideful stride.
Pretentious.
Pretentious, yes, that's an even better word. Thank you.
Pretentious. Oh no.
A challenger.
A challenger approaches.
You think you can out pretentious my stride? I have a limp.
As you see in a gentleman in the sort of fine blue-gray robes, a sort of light blue shirt with a little blue gem in the collar.
Oh.
Sort of this light blonde hair pulled back in a man bun.
He's
Uh,
rich.
These piercing blue eyes.
Do
I
you
will
want me to put the
actually-
picture?
I've got it.
Okay.
I was describing it for those at home.
Your listeners
As
love
you
you to
see
death.
this individual walk
Ah.
over, a sort of forced smile.
I can out mean mug him any day.
Well, I see we've got a couple of Doris, is it?
Yes.
Weaver nods.
I guess I guess I shouldn't be rude. Hello. My name is Octavius Lockford, court mage of the Kingdom of Arvim.
It's
So
a
wonderful
pleasure to
to make
meet
your
you.
acquaintance. I do hope you enjoy your time here. Nehrim seems to be a den of filth, as of late.
It's certainly been tense.
Well, I do apologize that you've had to endure so long in such squalor.
No,
Please,
it's not all bad.
well, please take part. We have many wineries, many places to see and visit.
I am interested in that cake shop.
Oh yes, the cake shop in Taldiri is... Taldiri? Did I say that right? Taldiris. Taldiris is quite nice. And I do apologize for my rush, but I must leave.
Alright.
I pray you don't think too ill of me for being rude, but
Of course
I'm
not.
on a little bit of an important matter. And with that, he's gonna turn. He's gonna give like a fake smile
Ew, I don't like him.
and turn with a single hand up as like a wave as he turns and he walks away. And he hollers back as he's walking. And do try not to cause any trouble. I'd hate to have to come knocking down your tavern door. As he walks away.
What an interesting individual.
I don't like him.
Yes, quite interesting. Anyway,
I would say he seems nice if it weren't for the fact that his smile seems
No, that smile
to be
was
somewhat
fake.
of a mask.
It, well, you have to, the way I see it, if he is the court mage, then he likely does need to interact with people. So maybe he may not be keen to interacting with people, or may not like interacting with people. He may just
But-
attempting to be polite and struggling to do so. I
I've
give him credit
met
for his
nobles before. He's got himself on some kind of pedestal of some kind. Ugh. Let's just go.
He certainly doesn't seem to like Nehrim.
Yeah, no, that was incredibly rude.
I'm sure he's just naturalistic
Anyway,
or patriotic.
You're
I would-
very optimistic.
I would.
I can't
tell if I like that about you or if it's annoying.
what?
What'd you say, Weaver?
I said I wouldn't imagine he'd like Nehrim too much.
Perhaps a bit too cold.
Yes, But,
Let's be off.
I'm sure he
It's not that
has his
I'm-
reasons.
It's not that I'm being optimistic. I just like to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Hmm.
After all, we've only just met him. We may have heard a couple
Yeah.
things here and there, but until we actually get to know the person, you wouldn't judge him.
Maybe I'm too judgmental.
And shortly after, the guards, you're like, you're good to go. Enjoy your time.
Alright.
They didn't find like the 8 pounds of drugs that I had in my bag.
Does that mean I can keep my weed full? I love that Gabriel Iglesias bit.
But
Does that mean I can keep my weed? All right. You get back in the cart. And you travel
Until y'all do.
from the
Lapis,
Province of
remind me of
Nehrim.
something real quick. I'll deem it to you.
to the province of Arbenfell. Let me preload the scene. Okay. All right,
Okay.
it is preloaded.
Okay. Alright. I click it on it. I click on it. It's taking forever.
Yeah,
Holy
just don't worry.
sucks.
No, I have a hole in my sock! No! Oh,
Lapis. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. I assume so. I just was hoping I didn't remember. Wrong.
Well, why is the grid size so small?
Why is it
I had to
taking so
make
long
it.
to load?
I had to make it so small for a reason.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This place is fucking huge.
Nah.
Shiro, you can move over to the other map.
Shiro, wake up.
Yeah, sorry, I was taking care of something. I'll be right back.
Oh, dropping like flies.
Hi.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny though, Fly? Roughly, it's the same size. Like it's technically the same thing. If I just made the squares bigger, it'd be the same.
I know. Just did it.
Fucking beach down here.
Each episode win.
We should totally have a beach episode.
You know what's
We
funny?
should.
The pirate ship from the one shot was still in the water over here.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, once I had to delete it really quick.
This
Just
looks
left the red horizon out in the
familiar.
middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
It was just a pirate ship.
Like Weaver was saying as we were like getting in the cart and stuff. I wouldn't imagine he'd like Namerim too much, as the Lockfords have lost quite a great deal of things to Namerim.
Is that
Question:
Wait.
Is this map in the Friends
What
of
did they
Peace
lose?
chat yet?
A few years prior, there was an accident, and Lockfords lost a few of their family members to it.
Yeah,
It's unfortunate.
maybe that's why he's so uptight.
I'm surprised none of you knew of it.
Would I have known of that?
Yeah, I don't know if I would have known.
Make
I
your
lived in
free show.
Shatterpine.
You,
I don't know if I would have heard
they
about
probably
it.
wouldn't
What
have
kind of-
known of the family, but they probably would have known of
what
the
kind of
accident.
check would I need to do to have potentially known about that?
Do I need to make a
History.
check to have known about
History
that?
check,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm doing a history check.
Yeah, we're all.
Yeah, no,
we're
I
all
know.
gonna
I have
do
no
it.
You all
fucking
could do
clue.
that.
I got no fucking clue. Yeah, no, I've
I had
never heard of
21.
the Lockford family.
I got 21. Would I know?
You are a little bit far off from the mainland as well.
I got a 21, and I'm a guide who travels around a little bit. So would I know?
I did post the map in the notes chat.
Well, you.
Okay.
I am not surprised that you don't know of the Lockford family, as most nobles try and keep their involvement in things very hush hush. But no, the accident though was quite widely known.
It's
Benka and Aviel, you both would have known about that.
okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So
oh no,
just
I
make
do
sure.
remember.
What was the accident again? Just to make sure
Yeah, what was it?
I understand it right.
Effectively, overnight, a quarter of the town was practically deleted from the map
In
in
Nehra?
some sort of freak accident in Arvenfell.
Oh, in Arb. But then what
I
happened in
believe-
Nehra?
Yeah, you just said it was in Narum.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the
Mm-mm.
no. What you had messaged me, I confused it with the assassination attempt.
Oh
no,
my god.
no, sorry. It happened down here in, I think it was Mandalay.
Never mind. Forget that conversation happened.
Okay. Never
But
hit
they still,
crap on
you
that one.
still would be aware of the thing.
Yeah.
Well,
The smiles. Be more specific.
What do you
accidents happen.
mean?
A lot of accidents happen,
So the
like this conversation.
It wasn't an accident, though. The assassination wasn't an accident.
did that happen in
Yeah.
Nehra? What assassination are we talking about?
The Narum one,
Okay.
the one you guys were there for.
Oh,
Oh my
but
god.
okay, so this
I
never
mistook
happened.
what Smiles was asking me about with the assassination attempt. That's what accident I thought he was talking about.
Hmm.
so something burned down in Avonfell. Okay.
It would be specifically in the city of Mandaliri. where the Lockfords
And Deliri
live.
that.
This conversation didn't happen
Okay,
though, because
Yeah,
it doesn't
this
make any
conversation
sense.
didn't happen.
Yeah, this is over the table.
Also, cut
Yeah.
out of the VOD. Just cut it out.
Anyway,
So
I think
Oh
what's
my
happening right now. I'm gonna be so for real with you over the table. I have no
So-
idea what we were even talking about.
that's okay.
Don't worry about it.
you
It's
just
not important.
dissociated. Tell dearest.
But still, Aviel and Senka would know about the thing that
Yeah.
happened.
About the okay, just to make
About-
sure it was.
Yeah, basically quarter of the town just being exploded and or deleted.
Because Jack squat.
I mean, Ivory's overseas, so it makes sense.
I know.
And
Ivory's across the continent,
town-
actually.
Here,
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
gonna
I miss
open
my
up-
family.
I'm
I
gonna
miss my
open up this
family.
map because I haven't opened it up in a while. I want you guys to understand how far away Ivory lives.
Yeah, no, I live so fucking far away. I'm so far out of my
Here,
element right
hold on.
now.
Let me preload.
Ivory's quite literally lived on the opposite side of the continent.
All right, what was the town that got almost deleted? Or just about deleted?
Mandaliri,
The fuck is
Kozu.
Kozu? What the fuck?
Aw.
What?
Mandaliri.
Guys, I think Kozu's drunk typing in the Discord.
What?
Kozu's drunk texting. Have Sammy take away your phone. You shouldn't be texting us drunk.
That's so scary.
You're such a violent kick. Okay, anyway.
That is
So
such
yeah,
a violent.
you begin making your way on the cart into the city.
This place is huge.
As you get about
Where's Raven's character, by the way, on the map?
Smiles, you're not
Steven
in the
Raven's
fucking
character on the
Arvenfeld map.
I know. I was waiting for the thing. I got
Oh,
distracted.
Smiles. So you guys, Mandaliri is like here.
Mm-hmm.
Raven's from fucking here.
Damn.
Like
yeah, you
here
wouldn't
at
know.
this city.
Yeah, you would not know. Anyway,
I've been there.
we're oh my god, we're way
Can
over
you-
here.
I'm sorry.
Oh, this is a
Yeah,
whole
no, I'm
bunch-
like across. I'm across the fucking country. I'm like all the way across seas. I miss my mom.
It's at least another, I think, 2 days journey. Yeah, at least another day and a half worth of traveling to get to Ereveum, and it's like another day, or it's
Can we
like
stop at
60% of a day to
town?
Taldiris. Yeah.
How the fuck have we not caught up with this bastard?
Yes.
He can't be
Well,
that fucking fast.
Well,
well, we're not sure
you said that this.
how that thing works.
That's not on apparent. Well, you said it runs off of the power of this wisp thing. What are the magical properties of this thing? Of the wisp?
Good question.
That's a good
That's a very
question.
good-
I
Lapis,
never decided.
Do I know
to-
that?
Imagine none of us would.
He said that he wanted to use it as
Hmm.
a form
I
of
might know
power
a little
source.
bit.
But that's all I know.
Lapis, what kind of vehicles are in this world?
Carriages, boats,
Air balloon?
possibly.
Sorry.
Oh my god, hi Emmy. Hi Emmy. Hi.
I went to air balloon.
Um,
Good luck.
and as you begin making your way into the region, night falls once more. You get about here, just outside of the forest.
Release
Great.
me.
Oh, we're so tiny.
We're so baby.
Yes.
Itty
Oh.
bitty.
I might have to change the aspect ratio of the squares.
Or just make us
It's
bigger.
fine.
Well, each square is 1.36 miles.
Dang, the Kingdom of Arvum is fucking huge.
It's the
I could walk that.
kingdom. We were in
Alright.
we were in holds. Now we're in the kingdom. Well, getting to the kingdom. It's gonna be much different.
Mm,
Weaver's gonna step out of the cart and he's going to begin casting Lehman's tiny hut.
yay!
Also, from where you guys are, it takes about that amount of time to get from Equum City to Shatterpine. If
Damn.
not a little bit longer, actually, to get from Equum City to Shatterpine.
Well, shit.
Dang.
Aviel, while I'm trying to set up Lehman's tiny hut, you should attempt to give Sending Spell another try on Charlotte.
I agree. Sending spell time.
Yippee!
Cast Sending.
Yep. It's Aviel. Are you alright? Where are you?
He keeps it straight to the point.
Aviel?
Yes.
Aviel?
Where?
I'm underground. Some sort of research facility. Dungeon, lab, thing.
What all do you have on you?
Like my gear? Nothing. I'm right now I'm strapped to this table. He's been running experiments. He's got all these wisps.
I'm thinking.
Tell her that we're coming to get her and that
You
we're in
have.
Arvim.
Yeah. By the
I
way,
imagine.
that's two castings.
Oh,
Because
Yeah.
for sending, it's you send 25 words, they send 25 words back, and then you cast it again.
oh, yeah. I can't.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Okay.
I mean, it is nighttime. You could.
I could reattempt in the morning, possibly. I was gonna do that anyway. I was gonna do it once per day, but
yeah, that's the way sending works. Is it's one way, and then they come and you send one message of worth 25 words, and they send one back.
okay.
With a sending stone, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. She didn't really answer the question I wanted her to. But I'll have to make do. Abiel turns to the rest of the party and goes, I've gotten a hold of Charlotte.
Is she okay?
She says she is in an underground laboratory. And Kamadibali has been running experiments on her.
She's not okay.
And that he has many, many wisps.
Many? Okay.
See, like I
If
said,
I had to,
That bastard.
if I had to assume this underground location to be, it might be something hidden under or near wherever his shop here is.
Yes,
keep it
unfortunately, she didn't answer She didn't answer the question I hoped she would, I guess. I'm glad to hear from her, but I was hoping I could figure out an object on her person that I can use to track.
Interesting.
You
Do you have
do
locate
know
options
she
or
has
something?
You do know that she. Hold on, let me double check something with Kozu.
Well, so originally my plan was that, I remember at some point I drew her and she had a sending stone necklace. And I was considering using, because I have locate object. So I'm hoping that whenever I get close enough, I'll be able to use that spell to track something on her person. but if she doesn't, it's like the. I was
What is
trying
the
to figure
range
out.
of it?
It's 1,000 feet.
Okay.
So it's like
But
I can't really
can
use
increase
it
the
now.
distance.
But
Can
if we're
increase the
in a
distance if you use
city,
it at a higher level.
I
Yeah.
don't think I can use it at a
So,
higher thing yet.
I will say you probably wouldn't be able to find it on her person, but you could use it to track like the general location. Because my thought process is that those items would have been confiscated.
Well, so what I was trying to figure out is if she still had like her regular outfit on, because that's what I wanted to track.
Even if she didn't have her regular outfit on, I imagine they confiscated it, and it's probably still in the same place that she is
Yes.
at.
It would just be ideal if we could go straight to her. And it also, it's like there's the possibility that it was disposed of. So I'm hoping she still has the same outfit, or the same outfit is still somewhere in the place that she is. But I won't be able to accurately like ascertain where that is until we are in a city or a town where it makes sense to cast something to find it 1,000 feet away.
Islam.
Because at that point, if like it would make sense for it to be under his shop. So if we went not even to like straight to his shop, but just around his shop and then cast it, I might be able to find it. But that's also based on the idea that it is under his shop, and there's no guarantee of that. But it might still be in the same city. Either that, or he's over here, and I don't know what he'd like where his base of operations would be over there. I also don't remember wait, no.
Mm-hmm.
His magic shop was in the kingdom. It was in that main kingdom. I was thinking of a different city.
So his magic shop is right on the outside of the main wall of Araveum.
Okay, so it's in the main city.
Yes.
What
So
other city am I thinking about? We were thinking about another city.
we'll stop at Toldaris and
Because
Everyone
Arcanus
has other
mentioned a
information.
city. I just don't remember what the city name was or why you mentioned it.
If possible.
He mentioned
If you're
going
trying-
to Capellum, which is the capital city of Emireth, which is a different province.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought that was an arm.
Funnily enough, Capellum
Yeah.
is actually to the immediate west of Arvenfell, or Emireth is the immediate west province from Arvenfell, or not west, east. I keep getting them mixed up.
It's this way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's over here. It's over here. Emireth's right over here.
So,
Yeah,
so
that was my plan.
Aviel, the next time you use a spell, yes, try and figure out an item or something that you can use to track them. See if you can also get them to describe a little bit of what they can see or their surroundings. What does the lab look like? So that way we
Okay.
can have an idea of what to expect whenever we enter.
I'll also try to see if she remembers anything on the way or any landmarks she may have passed.
That would also be useful.
It's unlikely they were. Well,
We still
I
have
guess the other
the-
strange thing is, how did he move so quickly?
well,
He did have quite the head start, but
he may have had a teleportation circle prepared.
yes.
Or if this
But then why
automaton,
walk so far?
if this automaton is able to move around without the use of energy or using something else's energy, why would he pause to stop?
By the way, I will say the track stopped about 200 feet away from the border.
The tracks stopped?
They just
Yes.
completely
like-
disappeared?
Yes.
Okay, so he probably did teleport.
He might
So
be
the
testing.
imprint is no longer useful.
He might be testing something out with the automaton itself, and was just using this area as a training ground.
Actually, this imprint might still be useful because we can assume or take a guess that he might try and use that as a prototype, or if he's trying to experiment with these, he may use it around his shop. So if we can find them again, could possibly indicate that we are nearby.
I would imagine he's not going around using it out in the open public, mostly so that Arvenfell is not accused of being in production of these war machines. They're probably going out to the other holds so that if blame is placed, it's placed on them and not Arvenfell. Or at least that's what I would do if I was in their situation.
I'm a little worried that he teleported away from Ardenfell.
But why would he do that? Why would he go all the way here just to teleport away? Unless he was trying to throw us off his track.
Yes, there's a lot we don't know.
I hate this.
If they have access to teleporting, they could have multiple bases of operation. Throw someone off the trail and then just teleport wherever they please.
Well, then here's what we can do. If we do find one of these bases, we pillage it, find whatever means of teleportation that may allow people to come and go, distort or destroy it, and try and make sure that we can eliminate as many variables or as many places for them to hide as possible.
Yes, but there's also nothing stopping them from just fixing it.
They would have to fix it manually, though, so we can at least stall them.
It's true. Although, we also don't know. It might be difficult to be a step ahead of them in that case. If they have access to teleporting.
Alright, so.
Crash out.
More to think about in the morning.
By now the dome is set.
Yep.
Night has fallen.
Would you like to use a similar organization of shifts as last time?
Sure.
I care not.
Alright.
I will take first watch.
I'll take.
You sure?
I'll do second watch.
Then I can maintain third and fourth watch.
So our Menace wants second watch, and I can take first watch with Weaver.
I'll take first watch and Weaver.
Okay.
Alright, everyone's accounted for.
Slay.
I was
Artemis?
just snoozing tonight, I guess.
Artemis and Weaver. Go ahead and make your perception checks.
I'm covered in perception.
I thought you were going to say I'm covered in piss.
I'm covered in piss.
Nice.
Weaver, take guidance. Take guidance. Take a little bit of guidance. It's a treat.
You have guidance?
Yeah, I got guidance.
Yeah, he mentioned that he can,
I
because
can
he's
give
an
myself
artificer.
a cantrip. Not because I'm an artificer, because of all-purpose tool.
Oh, that's right.
22.
A dirty 20.
That's my guy.
Oh, you
No,
gave
I think
him
that's right,
percent.
too.
Oh, okay. You gave him guidance. Okay.
Yeah,
It's better than dirty
So
20.
22 and a 16.
that's my Weaver.
You, as you two are sitting in the hut and watching the horse sleeping and Yalder sleeping next to you, you see what looks like two individuals sort of in dark clothes and bits of leather. You hear them both kind of like, you hear them like, shh. There's a car. Hey, That looks like it's worth a pretty price. Yeah.
Fucking
Looks so.
thieves.
And you see them both starting to sneak over towards the horse and the
I'm
carriage.
gonna cast message and say I wouldn't do that if I were you.
He's like looking around. I heard someone in the head. Someone in the head. You
Wait, hold
fucking
up.
daft.
I'm gonna cast message on the other one and say I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
What was that? you having a laugh? No, I'm not having a laugh. You having a laugh? Stop fucking with me.
Wait, how far are
I'm
they?
not fucking with you. They're probably about 30 feet. 30. No, I'd probably say about 50 feet.
Oh, the cart's not that far from the. He doesn't do the cart that far from. He doesn't do the hut that far from the cart.
Well, I said they are.
Oh, they are. Weaver's gonna
Yeah.
wait. He's gonna like hold, like, mage hand, and he's gonna wait for them to like get closer.
I'm gonna cast message again at the first one I casted at. And I'm gonna say your mate's gonna blow up in about 45 seconds. I'd run away from him if I were you.
Wait. As he does that,
No, what,
Weaver's.
fuck this. And he pushes the other guy. And the other guy's like, what the fuck are you on? And he's just like, fucking fine. And he sneaks over closer to the horse.
As he does
Yeah.
that, Weaver fires fire bolts at the feet of the guy he said was going to blow up.
The other guy's like stepped back, kind of looking. And you. And he's like, and the horse. And just hits him in the face with its hoof.
Ugh. Like Artminus and Weaver are just chuckling as they fuck with these guys.
And you see the horse kind of turn around as this dude's like trying to get up, and he gets a face full of like kick,
Ooh.
like hoof to the face,
Ugh.
and he
Bro's getting
like
trampled.
full backwards cartwheels, like backflips onto his face, and the other guy just runs. He's like, magic horses, magic horses.
That's so funny.
Artminus, are we mean for that?
No, it's
Yeah.
alright to cut back a little bit every now and then.
They were trying to rob us.
You hear the other guy. And then he goes still.
Alright, I'm gonna go heal him before he dies.
Yes, probably. Quite a
Well,
swell idea.
I'm gonna walk over, cast Cure Wounds on him.
You cast Cure Wounds. Do you
Yeah.
stay there by his side, or do you just go back into hiding?
I go back to where I was sitting.
Because fun fact about Tiny Hut, people cannot see into the hut.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna cast.
So you heal this guy, and he's just like, "Ugh, what?
I'm gonna,
And he
I'm gonna
looks up
cast
at the
message. I'm gonna be
He
like,
looks up at the horse, looking down at him.
I'm gonna be the horse.
Cast your message.
To be the horse.
Yeah. I am the magic
To be the
horse.
horse.
I have spared your life. Spread my message.
Yes, sir, Mr. Horse. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Horse Lord. And he like gets on his knees and he just bows in front of the horse, and then he gets up and runs away. And he goes, and you just hear a distant Horse Lord. Did y'all hear that?
Kind
Yeah.
of, yeah.
He's like,
I'm the
Horse God.
Horse God.
oh, this poor guy.
You know, Artminus, you may have just ruined that man's life.
He's probably better off with that than stealing.
That's quite true.
A new cult for for you guys.
The
to
horse
make.
god.
The horse cult.
What is the other's horse's name?
Oh my god. Yeah, what
We
is
were
the
just
horse's
horsing
name?
around.
You'd have to.
I
have
think
to
I
ask the
named the
elder.
horse.
What was
I
y'all?
think
What did
her-
Yalder
I-
name the horse?
Sheldon's
I
I
horse.
think
It's
you
old
mentioned her.
lady. I think it was old lady.
You mentioned her name. You mentioned her name.
Her name is
um,
Old Lady.
In the previous.
Old lady.
No, you.
Old lady.
O-L-E.
Old lady.
Oh, lady.
Old lady.
Old Lady.
I thought you mentioned her
think so.
name like in the last session.
Can you imagine running into these guys later, and they're like, "Horse God," and everyone's like,
What are these
"Old
What?
lady."
talking about?
And then
Fucking Weaver and Artemis are just crackling at
snickering in
themselves.
the background. They're just like,
Other than that, you can hear you specifically, Weaver, can hear them in the distance yelling about a horse god.
Oh man.
As they eventually, as their voices disappear into the night, and you realize you just created a new cult.
With that being said, Weaver's going to leave the hut for a little
the best part about
to go over
best
to the
part
I
about it
will
is that
say, when the caster leaves the hut disappears.
Is that true?
Yes.
Hold up.
If the caster leaves the hut dispels.
Oh, that's so dumb. Alright, Weaver's gonna use...
Mage Hand.
Oh wait, no, I can't. Never
You
mind.
do see there are some teeth laying on the ground.
That's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Off topic. Can
Poor
Abiel
Horsey.
take watch with Ivory? I
Yes.
guess
Which
for,
one was
like, a
Ivory
little-
doing?
I don't know.
The second one.
Okay.
Well, as your watch ends, Ivory, you awaken, and Aviel awakens with you.
Weaver and Artemis just wake them up, chuckling a little bit.
What's so funny?
Nothing.
Don't worry, we were just horsing around.
I hate you so much. I hate you so
Cinema.
much.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Get
it
him
was
off
supposed to be a
the
fresh start.
stage.
That
Oh,
is
man.
like
Yeah,
cinema.
I have that soundboard actually in this server.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Hmm,
I can't find it.
It's
Oh.
okay. Don't
Right.
guess.
Right. Okay. Well, you guys.
Oh, that's not it.
I muted your soundboard, by the way.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm not taking chances.
You
Give
know
Art
what?
Minutes inspiration for that joke.
We've got inspiration already. I can't stack it.
Stack it.
Give him a heroic inspiration.
Give him a magic item.
Give me a horse magic item.
Worst magic item's crazy.
Okay.
Wait,
The lucky
magic horse.
wait,
horseshoe.
the horse.
lucky
No, there are actual
horseshoe.
horseshoes. There are horseshoes that boost a horse's speed.
No way.
Yeah,
There are.
that way you guys could travel faster.
Yeah.
Actual horse god like blesses me with a horseshoe.
Or even
That's a new
crazier,
deity
if
in Lapis' campaign, just now made.
The horse god.
No,
horse
no.
god.
Even crazier, you can cast. No, wait, no. I was about to say disguise self, but then I realized it's only on oneself. Actually, can you
Summon-
use it on a target? Can you use it on a target?
Summon familiar, but I can only summon it on the horse.
Oh, apparently if I give Art Minus inspiration, he can pass on the inspiration to someone else.
Oh.
It's in the rules apparently for heroic inspiration.
Who wants it?
I am.
I'll give it to Ivory.
All right. So, Aviel and Ivory. Make me
Cool.
perception checks.
Yippee! I'm so excited. I can't wait.
By the way, I just
Not
love
good.
this
Not
song.
good.
This song is from the Valheim soundtrack. I absolutely love it.
I hate Valheim.
Fucking love
Nice.
Valheim. All right, so Aviel and Ivory.
17 and 18.
You're both sitting here. A calm night. The wind rustling the leaves ever so slightly. The sound of owls hooting in the trees.
Who?
Who the?
The sound of the occasional snore from Yalder.
Stop it.
It's not him snoring. It's
I
Weaver and
was gonna
Miss
make a
chuckling.
joke, but I'll tell you guys that joke later.
Thank you.
Write it down.
I'll write it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your watch goes by uneventful, unless you guys want to talk about anything or do anything specific.
I don't have anything.
Night
Yeah,
goes by uneventful.
I was just looking around.
All right. Who was doing third watch?
Me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Jiro, you were getting the last 2 watches, right?
Yeah. Unless
Okay.
anyone
All right,
wants to
well, I'm
go
gonna
first,
I'm
I
gonna walk over. I'm gonna nudge her with my foot.
Nudge her with my shit.
No, with my foot.
Oh.
No, with my friggin' boot.
It's like,
Rise and
I'm
shine.
awake.
It's your turn.
The
All
moon
right.
is kind of shiny. I'll give you that. All right, I'm up.
All right. Make a perception check.
Perception check.
Perception.
Perception.
Perception. Slurpeption.
I shouldn't be making these checks. That's a 12.
You have a +6.
Yeah. I've
Um,
rolled so low for my perception checks. I don't know what it is.
you don't notice anything odd.
Okay.
However, you do see a group of people walk up to old lady, the horse,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them's like, "This is the horse god I was telling you about. Look at her.
Oh, hold on.
It's the horse
I-
god."
Hold on. I'm hidden right now within the thing,
Yeah,
right?
you're invisible inside of the thing. Yes.
Okay. I am gonna draw my bow just in case. And I'm gonna
You see all of them like, "Oh, I don't think that's the horse god." And you said something about speaking to you in your head. I haven't heard no voices. Like you're just not listening. Listen to her, and he gets down on his knees, and like, so like the majority of them shrug and just all get on their knees and start praying to the horse. But a good chunk of them leave. So like maybe
You know, wait, no,
5 or
you know what
6
I'll
people
do?
left.
You know what I'll do?
Hmm.
Hold on. Let me double check the properties of the spell really quick before I do this. What I'll do is I'll just cast a dancing light just on top of the horse to give them that glow. Just like, oh.
The people like turning to walk away. They're just like talking about something, and then the main guy's like, "Look!" And the other ones look. They'll turn and look, and they see the lights above the horse's head floating around. Oh,
Yeah.
And then they all start going, and they start praying to the horse.
Oh, lady. She has no clue what's happening.
Old lady looks over towards where she saw you guys disappear to, with a confused look, and she just tries to go back to sleep. As like 12 people are praying to this horse.
This is everything I could have ever hoped for and more.
Here's a question. Could we bring the horse into the globe?
I think she's
Sure.
just big enough to not be able to.
Ah, dang.
She is.
Because I was something I was thinking about was
Like
what if
with
they're in
with
a
all
fog
of you
cloud?
with all of you sleeping in here, no.
Okay, yeah. All right. That's funny. All right.
Unless somebody wants to wake up with horse shit on their head.
Sure, I've slept in worse.
You're so ready for this. All right.
Ivory's like, I've woken up to worse.
What could be worse than literal horse shit?
You
Bullshit.
don't want to know.
You do not want to know. Ask less questions.
Say
Yes, ma'am.
fucking less. Eventually, as day starts to break, the worshippers of the new cult of the Cult of the
Mayor. Cult of the mayor.
The new cult of the mayor disappears back towards civilization.
All right.
Make your final perception check.
There it is. Dirty 20.
You notice that one of them comes back and puts a bit of tithe down in front of the horse.
Oh,
Hmm.
do you think they're gonna see the horse traveling through the?
Oh no! When you guys ride into town with the horse.
The horse.
See, Senka's just trying to quietly cackle, just like, oh, this is gonna be so good when the others wake up. Hold on.
One day we have to figure out some kind of spell or something to make the horse levitate.
Telekinesis.
Wait.
We're so evil. No, this is probably like animal abuse.
No,
Oh.
someone cast minor illusion to make it look like they have Pegasus wings. Or like a unicorn horn. Actually, can
Can
minor
dress
illusion
up.
do
We can dress up old lady.
You guys don't
Make her
understand the cult of
pretty.
the horse like I do.
But as morning
That's
comes,
funny.
Jiro, if you want to make a breakfast check.
Thank you, Euro.
Alright. I'll try the waffles again.
Ivory can give you advantage.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you might not need it.
Advantage?
Yeah, you have advantage.
26.
I'll be so for with you. I didn't even take a long rest last time. Never clicked it.
Go ahead and mark your long rests, everyone.
So, how would you go into
Swap around spells if
marking your
needed.
long rest? Because how would you go to mark our long rest? Would you just go into actions, or where is it?
So
you click
you see
long
your
rest at the top.
yeah at the top
Oh,
above your walking speed. Long rest.
take long
And you hit
rest.
take long rest and then hit confirm.
Okay, the more you know. I'm learning.
All right. So
On to Tall Terrace.
a morning with chocolate chip waffles.
More of a blueberry
Good.
kind of guy myself.
Will you get special
mix
blueberry
between-
waffles made special?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we love
I'm
you,
a
Weaver.
With a
special boy.
26, with 26, yeah, you could make both.
Mhm.
I got blueberry chocolate waffles because I'm experimental.
That actually doesn't sound bad.
It sounds really good.
I'm hungry. I kind
Oh.
of want to go to Waffle House, but I don't have money. Anyway, you begin the next about half day worth of travel, making your way through the forest to the town of Taldiris. And that, my friends, is where we're going to end tonight's session.
God, fuck everything.